Hello, everybody, and welcome to the afternoon tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me on my special guest co-host today, Brandon and Hunter. Hunter from the Real Pineapple Podcast. Brandon Horn has been on the show before. It's been with us reviewing plenty of stuff there. He's on my Christmas show. We did Jingle All the Way together. That was awesome.
Mhm.
It's been on there plenty of times. And he was also on a review for Kung Fu Panda, the first one.
Yeah.
And he's back again to help me do Kung Fu Panda 2. Very
Mhm.
awesome there. Shout out to you, Brandon, and Hunter. Hunter from the Real Pineapple Podcast has been on many times before, various reviews. How's it going there, Hunter?
Happy Sunday, everyone. Yeah, it's going all right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of black shit the last 72 hours. So
A lot of black shit. It is February, Black History Month there. Trying to do some more reviews there. Regards to that, we're going to do Moon Girl right now, which is a black-led
Mhm.
show there. Has a lot of black writers on it. Executive produced by Lawrence Fishburne there,
yes,
who
sir.
helped it get made. We also did a review for Afro Samurai, the anime there. So
Good.
that's gonna be
So
up pretty
good.
soon. So yeah, very, very good stuff there. Maybe try to do one more thing Wednesday. Maybe I see if somebody wants to hop on. I gotta ask somebody if they want to hop on a review. I haven't decided yet of what I want to do yet, but yeah, maybe see if I can do maybe a Wednesday stream or something. But yeah, thank you guys. Brandon, let people know about you. Links, everything like that, where people can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah. If you are on that Elon Musk site still, I am childish underscore Brando. But if you're on the letterbox, where I'm probably on the most, honestly, it is Brando, not Marlin. So yeah, that's me.
Very nice. Hunter, let people know about you, what you got going on, links, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so this week I'm actually so tomorrow I'm gonna go even more in depth. Gonna review Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur season 2 with Brandon and Bradley. Shout out to Canada tomorrow morning or afternoon, and then I'm gonna be reviewing Undercover Brother this week. I'm reviewing. We're talking Watchmen, the HBO series tomorrow
Yeah.
too. Talking that tomorrow. I'm reviewing Malcolm X on Saturday, which I'm really excited to. I haven't watched that since I haven't seen it since I was 18, so I'm excited to revisit that. We'll probably be re-reviewing Falcon and the Winter Soldier this week as well. What else? Gonna review an episode of Atlanta this week as well.
Yeah.
And so got a lot of stuff dropping there. And then I just my best stuff and worst stuff will be up this week for 2023 as well. I'm streaming on Twitch and everything now, so you can go on twitch.tv/real pineapple and see my schedule there. And I'm forgetting other stuff, but I'll remember.
Yeah, I'll definitely make sure. I do see you streaming sometimes there. They pop up on Twitch. I usually stop by there. You do dual, right? You do Twitch and YouTube, right?
I do, yeah. So like, I'm very lazy, and StreamYard makes it very easy to just go like, oh, we'll send your stream out everywhere. It's like perfect. I don't have to do this manually. Awesome. So I'm on YouTube as well. So
Very great. I'll make sure to put your links in the description below when we upload the video. As always, there. Let me pull up your channel. Pull it up here.
whew, damn.
Here we go. And this is where people can see you streaming on YouTube at right here, the Real Pineapple. And that's, like you said, also on Twitch. Right here. Got the Black Cinema Showcase 2024 presents Moon Girl, the Dinosaur Season 1. There. Yeah, very nice. Very awesome there. Why do you have it 3 times?
Yeah, so one is the stream and then one is the audio. I'm not sure why I did the audio twice, so I'll have to go back and delete that one. But
All right. But yeah, very nice there. And Hunter, he was also on our show. We did the post Super Bowl show there, discussing all the things there. That's up on our channel right now, youtube.com, the afternoon tune, trying to get to 2K subs there by the end of the year. We're also twitch.tv/afternoon tune, trying to get to 400 by the end of February. We're at 355 right now. So because we crossed 350, we have to review M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last.
that's
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
So yeah, We have
Have
to do
fun with
that.
that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Nick, I know he might need somebody because I'm not gonna be here Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh, shit. I might, you know what? I might be a homie and help him out with that because
Yeah. I think I'm free
yeah,
as well.
that's a rough one to watch by yourself. So, yeah, I might
No.
like.
I'll hop in if he needs help too.
It's so bad though. It's such a piece
It
of
is.
crap.
It is.
Uh,
It is. I have not seen that movie since I was like a teenager, so I'm
I
scared
took
to
a
go back
date.
to it.
I took a date to see that movie. I paid for
No.
everything, and then oh man, yeah, I fucking hate that movie.
Yeah, I have actually never seen it. I know a lot of people have. I've
Oh
never seen
You're
it.
man.
lucky. You're very
Um,
Yeah.
lucky.
so we just
The
reviewed each
power to
season
control the
of Avatar: Last Airbender, the cartoon show. Each book, we just got done wrapping that up. We did that yesterday. I did that with Mike Hedgewood, great guy. Helped out with the review there. So yeah, the live action Netflix series is coming out this Thursday, which is something also Nick will probably review if he has the time, if he can watch all the episodes there Friday. So he'll do that. But yeah, so we were doing that in anticipation for the live action series coming out. And we're wrapping that up. Those should be coming up pretty soon. But yeah, I've never actually seen this movie. I've heard it's once in a lifetime bad, like once in a generation type
Yeah.
bad. Uh,
That's pretty accurate.
It's a 1A 1B between that or Dragon Ball Evolution as far as
Oh god, yeah.
what's worse because like I'm not even a huge Dragon Ball fan, but even I'm sitting there putting some of the lore together and going, oh man, if I had invested 100 episodes in this, I'd be fucking furious watching it. So yeah, like M. Night, this damn near killed his career. Like, because I mean, I still remember the oh god, was it Entertainment? I think it was Entertainment Weekly. It was M. Night on the front. It was like the next Spielberg, and I was like, oh,
No.
and I was like, oh, don't put that on him. And then this shit came out, and man, it torpedoed like everything, like all the upward trajectory he had. Like he's just now kind of starting to recover from it, but it like it derailed all his momentum.
It's basically the reason why he like funds all his own movies now himself.
Yeah, like Hollywood still has not. It's so weird how someone like Snyder can fuck up that many times, but one bad. You know what I mean? But it's like, but one bad.
Airbender, no more.
Yeah, it's so weird how that works. But yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution, this, Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li, like just those certain films that are so bad they almost make you not want to watch things anymore. Yeah, it's bad, man.
yeah. Does this film cross that level right here?
Oh gosh.
I might see this Friday. So my partner's out of town for the week. So I might, I'm not crazy about leaving the cats alone because that's where I'm at now. But I might venture out and see this on Friday.
Oh,
like,
you haven't seen it? Okay, you haven't seen it.
I've heard like the 8 people I've talked to who've seen this. Nathan gave it 2 stars, which Nathan, goddamn it, dude, I love you. I know, happy birthday, by the way, but dude, fucker, come on. But the other 7 people I talked to were like, it's dog shit, man. I'm like, oh crap. So yeah,
I feel like I've seen the movie already, like through Twitter and TikTok. People have already just been spoiling the hell out of it, and it's just
what's so funny is it looks so. You remember that Nick Cage movie, Next? That's
yes,
what
I
it
do.
looks like. It looks like that dog shit, and that movie was bad, and this somehow looks worse. So look, Sydney Sweeney, I love white girl boobs, they're great, but goddamn, like at what cost, y'all? This looks bad, and Dakota Johnson, credit to her, like she needs a new agent. I don't know what's going on with her, or like who she pissed off. Like maybe she doesn't seem like a bitch. She seems really nice, but man, it's like there's like a monkey's paw somewhere, like just like out to fuck her career because she just cannot seem to get in like a good movie outside of the hotel.
That time's at the El Royale.
Thank you. Yeah, that's like her best movie, and she's excellent in that. And just everything else, it's been
It's just
varying
meh.
degrees. Yeah. So
I'm trying to
um
see what else I like there in here. I'm looking at a filmography now. I loved in Suspiria. I think Suspiria is her best one.
Oh yeah,
which one?
yeah, yeah. That's really
Suspiria,
good.
the Suspiria
Oh,
remake.
okay. That's fair. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. By the way, opened up to number 2 this week. Behind the Bob Marley movie, which
Mm,
I thought would have been number 2 or number 3. And that opened up like 50 million, I think, domestic.
something like that. Let me
Jeez.
Which
see.
is which is fantastic for a movie that I think a lot of people forgot was even a thing.
Mhm.
So shit, it's work, good for
51
them.
million. Yeah, 51 million
Yeah, there you
holiday.
go. So I mean
Jesus.
that's great for that movie. But what it did this show Madam Web was like 20, like 22, something like that.
Let's see. Let me go here. So it says Paramount musical biopic Bob Marley One Love ruled in its box office debut, beating expectations with 27.7 million over the traditional weekend and 51 million during the 6-day holiday stretch. Let's see. Let me see if it says anything about Madam Web here. Still talking about. Okay, right here, I think. So it says ticket sales for One Love easily led North America over fellow newcomer Madam Web, Sony superhero suspense thriller starring Dakota Johnson. Um, as a paramedic with psychic abilities in association to Spider-Man, opened in second place with 17.6 million over
Ooh,
the traditional weekend and 25.8 million during the same 6-day period. The film
god
launched
damn.
internationally
Nice
with
That
then.
25.7 million with from 61 markets.
Man.
that's a rough start. Like, so all the smoke y'all had from the Marvels, which people are discovering is like, oh, this is actually not bad. Transfer all that shit to Madam Web because, like,
Mm.
here's the thing about Sony though. Like, I know we go like Spider-Verse, yeah, but we gotta forget, y'all. Like, outside of Spider-Verse, if it's not that first Venom, these films don't really
Yeah.
do well. And we've got Craven still coming up this
Yeah, I was about to
year.
say, you're not
So
excited for Craven? It's gonna make $1 billion. Craven at the box office.
yeah, like this is why Amy Pascal kind of hates Kevin Feige. He's like, we don't need you to make Spider-Man movies. It's like, you kind of do. Yeah, I fuck.
I still
It's
haven't
so.
seen this.
Oh, is this a set? It's a set. Oh, this
Yeah,
is Let There
yeah.
Be
This is Let There
Carnage.
Be
Ugh.
Carnage. Uh,
So Let There Be Carnage was number, I think, 6 on my worst of. Like, I, which like there are people I talk to who like it. I don't get it. I just don't. And I've gone back and rewatched this, and I think this movie sucks. I think it's so bad. And I thought the first one was fun, stupid but fun. But this one,
Yeah.
it's so short that there's just no time to connect with anything. That wig of that's
They
some
should have
Tyler
kept the
Perry.
wig.
That's some Tyler
They should have
Perry
kept the
shit
wig
right
from
there.
the end of the first movie. Remember, he had like a
Oh
curly top wig.
yeah, where he looked like Carrot Top. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like,
they should have
but
kept that.
that's not much better. Like that's
I know. I
still
wanted it to be worse.
like, oh god, it's so bad. So yeah, Sony, I I don't know. Just bring Garfield back. If you don't want to use Holland and you're like that mad that he gets to jump back and forth between the MCU and your bullshit, just
Yeah,
bring
there it
Garfield
is.
back. Oh god, look at it.
That's what I want.
It's so bad. I remember sitting there in the theater and it's just like I was excited, like, oh, Carnage, cool. But just seeing that wig, it's like, man, y'all just aren't. Eddie Brock, the world's shittiest reporter, by the way. It's like, goddamn. Yeah, Spider-Man's such a weird property in that way because like they fuck up so often with Spider-Man. You'll get like Amazing Spider-Man 2, but then you get you get 3 Amazing Spider-Man games, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Sony kind of gets it, and then they do this shit, and
Nope.
you're like, oh, maybe they don't. Like it's,
No. Because they have nothing to do with the games. They're terrible. They just say like, okay, do your thing, Insomniac.
like Craven is just like, why? Like, there's just no
Because Aaron
reason.
Taylor Johnson has abs, and we need to see
And-
those abs on a
And
big screen.
good for him. Like, good looking dude, great in Bullet Train. Like, give me that sequel, or that prequel. cool. Give me the
Yeah.
give me that shit. But this just
White people finally had a Black Panther right here, man.
okay. You can stop that shit right now.
Yeah.
God damn.
No.
Just it
Look
looks
at
so
that.
bad.
I love it.
Man, I'm sad because I'm such a fan of Aaron Taylor Johnson. Like he's another guy that I see him in certain things. I'm like, this guy's talented.
Yeah.
I will say Fat Russell Crowe is my favorite Russell Crowe, so maybe
Oh, he's having a ball lately.
but he also looks like he should be talking about like, oh, you didn't know that vampires existed? Oh, you didn't know about the dark universe? Oh, like,
let me tell you about Frankenstein.
Yeah, God. I just think Russell Crowe doesn't give a fuck at this point, which
No.
that's a great
Buff ass
luxury.
lion. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that line looks rough, man. That's some whoo.
No, what are you talking about? That's the Lion King type of good.
Wow. It's Zack Snyder ass lion right here.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Swiper, no swipey. Yeah, that looks really bad. And apparently the rumors are they're adopting elements of Kraven's Last Hunt in this movie,
Without Spider-Man.
which why would you do that? Like that's such a bad idea. And this origin just
he got lion's blood.
yeah, it's oh my god. If you just switch it out for a tiger and have it be Charlie Sheen, like at least I could laugh at it.
That's more fun immediately.
Yeah, but this, yeah, man. When does that come out? It's not like August, something like that.
Let's see. This trailer doesn't have it. I think it is coming out. It's coming out this year.
Yeah,
It was
yippee.
supposed to come out last year, right? Wasn't it delayed?
I think it
It
was.
was,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Okay.
August 30th. Yeah, of this year.
Oh, perfect.
Damn.
Right,
And
right
it's got
before.
Ariana DeBois in it too. Ugh, geez.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
man.
Talk
Good
about bad
people need to be in
decisions.
better things.
Well, I mean, she wasn't just in Wish, so she
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
be in something worse, apparently.
And she
We
was in
got that
Argyle
Disney
too.
check at least.
Oh, she was. I haven't seen
Ooh.
Argyle yet either.
Oh,
Yeah, I've heard not great things about that.
oh,
I heard. I mean, Nick reviewed ISS. He said that was all right. ISS.
oh yeah. I remember he told us about that one.
She's so talented too, and she just seemed like
Yeah.
she's so talented. Like she'll be alright, but yeah, you do your musical, and then you do a couple things that are some bullshit, and then you get back into your drama. Your drama bag. Like hopefully that's the direction she's going, because yeah, Craven ain't gonna do it for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So she needs to definitely need a better agent. Somebody. Yeah.
But also when you're that young though, like in your career is just getting started, it's a little harder to say no because you don't have the name. So like I get it to an extent, and you get offered a superhero movie, so you go sure. Like so I I'm not begrudging some of these people, but yeah. Just discernment, people. You learn it as you get older.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good show. We're gonna do a couple reviews. No real news, I don't think. Really dropped no trailers, anything like that.
Not really. It's gonna be kind of quiet probably until May as we get closer to Comic-Con and stuff, potentially like summer movie season, because there's really nothing for a couple weeks. It feels like.
Well, March has a lot of stuff.
What's the next big release? Yeah.
Invincible's gonna drop March season 2 part 2. You have Dune that's gonna drop March 1st.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Was that March 1st? Wait, is that March 1st? Shit.
Yeah, I thought it was March 1st.
I thought it was March 8th. I could be wrong. But...
Maybe it is March. Yeah, it is March 1st. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Shit. Okay.
March 1st.
I'm excited for the fans of that. I'm not crazy about Dune. I'm not like I'm not like over the moon about it. I think the first one's aight. I think it's a solid, like a high stream it. But
I still got to see the first one.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet. So
yeah, I was like, I'll just wait until the second one and watch it right before.
Well, like I'm happy that
that's your favorite guy, Elvis, right there. You love.
Yeah, right. him. It's nice to see him terrorizing white people for a change, but this looks fantastic though. Like above all else, it looks great. So I'm gonna go see this in. I'm gonna go see this in IMAX. I'm gonna see it nice and big and loud. I will say though too, man, like going to the theater, I'm just like, man, this is why I love watching stuff at home. I can get subtitles. like, like I've become that person. But this looks like I'm still waiting for Timothy Chalamet. I'm still waiting for him to have that role where I'm like, oh, he's that dude. I just haven't
Mm,
I haven't had that yet with him. And I know like Hollywood is like your next kid. And he seems like a
yeah.
nice dude, but I haven't like he's really great in Little Women. He's great in Lady Bird.
Bones and
What
all.
about
You see that one?
Which one?
Bones
Bones
and
and all?
all.
I I thought it was fine. I wasn't crazy
Mm,
about it. I think I think
yeah.
it's like a high stream it is probably why I give it, but
Yeah.
I'm not there with like it's kind of the same thing with Shia LaBeouf for a while. It's like he's the next guy, and I was like, is he? Like, is he that
Mm.
next guy? And I kind of feel that way about Chalamet. So I mean, we'll see. I'm excited to see it though.
It's
I already
okay.
got my
Once you see Wonka, you will know that Chalamet is that
I have
dude.
not. I've heard great things about Wonka. I have not seen it yet. So
Wonka's
maybe.
okay.
It's cool. Yeah, it's
All right,
fine. It's
cool. Okay.
cool.
So.
What about Call Me by Your Name? I think that was the movie that really helped.
Oh yeah, that's the big
Well,
one. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
push
yeah,
him out,
I don't like that movie at all.
Okay.
I don't get why people love that movie. Like, I get why they do, but also like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think. Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like he's got a good resume. He's mixing up between big budget movies, small budget stuff. So he's doing Dune,
Yeah.
he's doing Wonka. Then he did smaller stuff, Bones and all. He was in the Wes Anderson movie, The French Dispatch. He was
I
good in
did
that.
Yeah.
really,
I
I did
like. I,
like
I
him in
really
that.
liked him in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty
I
solid.
to your point though, John, I think that's fair. Like he's not staying in one lane. Like he's taking
Mm.
chances, and I respect the shit out of that. Like someone who's actually gonna try to stretch themselves creatively. So
Mm.
it just had I just haven't had the combination yet. Maybe it'll happen, but yeah, so far, like you're doing good, kid. I'm just not there.
Mm, yeah. So yeah, so tons of stuff like I said coming out in March. Yeah, X-Men 97 is coming out in March. Invincible,
Yes.
Yeah.
Dune
Oh.
coming out in March. So all that good stuff there. I don't think I got you guys' opinion on Dune 97, did I?
Yeah. I'm into it. I was hesitant honestly because they weren't showing it for like the longest, and we knew it was happening. But I'm into this. I like the direction they're going. The mix of like 2D and 3D animation looks pretty cool. Yeah, just more X-Men. Even though this is maybe a hot take, 97 was never really my favorite Marvel animated show. I was more into the X-Men Evolution.
Mm, you're that
No,
kid.
X-Men version. Yeah.
that's I fucks with evolution a lot, so I
Mm.
don't disagree. I dug 97, but I think X-Men Evolution is very underrated. So
Yeah.
what did they do what they do to Rogue? They clearly not a black animator drawing her, but
Hey.
but yeah, just like
With
Rogue
X-Men,
was
Great
it's more
intro
like
music too.
yes,
them as
also that.
teenagers more, like them in high school.
Yeah,
instead
yeah.
of more them being adults. So. And they
But
created
Like
the
Storm.
Spike character for the
Spike is
show.
fun.
Yeah. Spike needs to show up more.
Well, also, what's frustrating about X-Men in particular, especially when it comes to the movies, is like the roster for X-Men is so fucking big, and it
Yeah,
feels
but
like
they
we've
focus on
gotten
the
like
same.
exactly like we've gotten Gambit in one goddamn live action movie. That is fucking absurd at
Yeah.
this point. We've gotten Jubilee technically, I think, in like 2 or 3 of
Barely.
them, but barely, like
Barely.
not even like 10 minutes of
She's a
screen
background
time.
character.
Yeah, I mean we've gotten we got Kitty Pryde for a couple movies, but again,
Yeah.
limited screen time, no dragon, which what the fuck.
No.
Like there's a lot we haven't gotten to the Savage Land yet, for fuck's sake.
There it is.
Like I know, oh look at tragedy. Like oh look just sad.
How do we have fallen? How far have we fallen?
Right. Going from peaches to flatbread. Look at that. Fucking sad. Damn you, Disney. You ruined everything. But I'm excited though. Like
Yeah,
because
I'm into
where because where the show ends, actually LA and I actually need to fucking finish anime series because she hasn't seen it. We have a season left, but where the show ends up is such a oh shit, like it, like there's definitely room for more. And Magneto by the end, like he isn't in, like he's better in the last season, but he's still such a douche. Like you're just like, god damn. But to be fair, Xavier does make him relive the Holocaust, and that's the second.
Yeah, I keep seeing that clip around. Like Xavier is an asshole.
So I forgot about that until I rewatched it when I was like 18 because I rented it from Hollywood Video. I'm sitting there watching. I was like, "Holy shit! I do not remember this as 6-year-old me." Like, just hey, relive the Holocaust. Oh, Charles, no! I was like, Jesus.
Farewell, Xavier. Your blindness has sealed your fate.
Oh,
I gotta say, frozen too. Dude.
Right?
Just
mouth
trauma.
open.
Just fucking dark as shit.
Jesus, you couldn't have done anything else, Xavier. Like,
Make me see.
had to go there.
Xavier, I can't. Stop it. Stop it. No, Magneto.
Damn, he said no. You gonna take this shit?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like, oh my god, so fucked.
Oh damn it!
And you didn't show the rest of the clip, but Magneto literally tears a hole in the wall and goes flying the fuck out.
Oh, let me see. Let me play the rest of it then.
Oh
Like,
my goodness!
he goes "fuck you" and just
Pieces
so
out.
good. Yeah, it. Oh man, that
Let
was
me see.
one of
I'm gonna have
those.
to go back.
That was one of those revelations. Yeah.
Stop it. No, Magneto. Will stop. No. No more.
God damn. It's like
Man.
All right, this might be up there when like Magneto was on like the Fantastic Four episode, and Reed Richards like tricks him by like holding a gun at him, and he's like, "Why can't I move it?" And it's like a wooden gun, and it basically like breaks Magneto's mind because he's like, "I can't do anything."
That's right. Yeah. But to be fair, Magneto does end up sneaking to like the X Mansion in the middle of the night and just snaps Xavier's neck like a twig. So it's like, you know,
Fair. It's fair.
Complicated friendship they did.
Yeah, there it is.
I shall do it again. No, Magneto. I let you in before in order to learn your plan to trap you. But now the victory
Everybody
belongs
back in '60s cartoons sounded like a news anchor and shit. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, right.
absolutely. Yeah.
to the Fantastic
Walter
Four.
Cronkite.
Fool! Have you forgotten my invincible magnetic power? No mere weapon can stop me. With but a
Why does this
gesture,
helmet look
I
like
can
a luchador?
destroy it. I'll turn it
It
against
does.
you. Behold!
Yeah, it does.
I'll make it leap from your hand and make you its target. Now!
Not this time, Magneto. This time I'm fighting for real.
It's impossible. It cannot be. Nothing can defy my magnetic power.
The Fantastic Four can. You're finished, Magneto. Surrender. You have no other choice.
Why? Why will they not obey?
You can see his breakdown happening in real time.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
I'm helpless.
Oh.
Magnetism. It was my greatest weapon. And without it, I am
Mr.
lost.
Fantastic gives
It's
zero
over,
fucks.
Magneto. You're having
That's
a
the
chance.
thing. Like, I know people give Xavier a ton of shit. I don't know if there's any bigger dick, like even more so than Stark in the Marvel comics and Reed Richards, because Reed is an asshole when he thinks he's right. It is like you can even see Sue just look at him like, dude, I'm gonna like, you know, I'm
Shaking my
invisible.
head.
I could smother you in your sleep. You know that? But yeah, fuck it. Magneto, you're great.
After we do these reviews, I'm gonna go ahead and raid somebody. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know of who I can raid. I see Double Toasted. They're on right now. They're doing a Madam Web. They're doing a spoiler review for that.
Oh,
People are doing Hell Divers. That's the new game that people are playing right
oh
now.
man, addicted to it already.
Oh yeah, you're like all in on
I'm
that.
in, man.
What is Helldivers about?
Okay, so like the simplest way to put it is it's basically an unlicensed Starship Troopers game.
Oh,
You
Really?
go down.
Okay,
Yeah.
now. Oh, this
There's like
one. I
yeah.
remember seeing a trailer. Okay, shit. I might.
They like showed it like at every PlayStation event, like leading up to it. But yeah,
Brandon,
basically,
are you on PlayStation on this, homie? Or
yes, sir. But it's on PC as well.
fuck, I might have to
Crossplay.
get. God damn it, I might have to get it. Now,
But
now I
yeah,
just remember what it is. Fuck.
it's a very fun game. Good gameplay loop, killing bugs for democracy and liberty. We may be the bad guys, but it's okay.
oh, so that's why people were talking about Starship Troopers on Twitter, like that Discord
Yeah,
started for
that's
this game.
kind of what brought it back, the Starship Troopers conversation.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. When is this game? So it's already out already, and then people were just
Yeah, it came out last week.
oh, nice. So pretty good, getting good reviews and everything.
Oh yeah, the only thing that's really holding it back is like the devs were not prepared for like how many people were playing this game. So like the servers have been like going through it, but they've been like steadily doing updates and stuff. But otherwise, yeah, super fun game, fun to play with friends, even with random people, honestly, because it's just good time.
Unlike Skull and Bones, where Ubisoft
Yeah.
is like, please play Skull and Bones, please make this investment worth it. Like that
Nope.
game is going the way of Avengers very quickly.
Ooh.
Like
Yikes.
very quickly. And even Avengers wasn't doing like, hey, big like free trial, come on. Like this is like their Ubisoft is in some trouble with this shit. It does not look great on the Skull and Bones front. Yeah.
I haven't heard of that Skull and Bones.
So in
Pirate game,
summary,
right?
it's a game they've been working on for like 9 years, and they kept pushing it back and kept pushing it back. It was supposed to be this, create your own pirate game, and Ubisoft did Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is arguably, heralded as one of the best Assassin's Creed games, if not the best one.
Mhm.
And they went, well, you can create your own pirate, but it's only naval battles. You can't do any other real pirate shit. It's basically just ship combat. And people, rightfully so, are like, well, that seems pretty limiting. And Ubisoft went, well, fuck you, we don't care. So yeah, if they added that function, like, and I know that's something you'd have to develop, but at this point, Ubisoft needs to probably look at just doing that to try and salvage the game. Because if they did that, I'm there. Like I'd buy the game tomorrow.
So you can't just go to an island or like pillage or anything like that.
So no, yeah, you can't like that, right? Which is just one of those things you think would be on the first things you put at the top of your list. So like you can go to ports and buy like plans for other ships to build, and I guess you can interact with people, but you can't pillage. You can't like do any sort of sword fighting. Like those are two of the biggest. Those are two of the biggest fucking things, and so. Yeah,
is the naval battle cool at least?
I mean, the naval battle I think does look cool because it is reminiscent of Black Flag, but Black Flag came out what, a decade ago, and you could do.
I've been seeing a lot of comparisons to Black Flag, and like Black Flag is doing stuff that Skull and Bones isn't even doing, and that's
which is insane. Like it's
yeah, this game came out 11 years ago.
Oh wow! Oh god, that's even worse. See, so yeah. Like sometimes you just need to not overthink shit, and this felt like a case of we need to push this game out as soon as possible because we've delayed it this many times. But people will wait for a great game if you put the time in, and they just delay it another year. But yeah, unfortunately, I think this is not looking great for Ubisoft, and this is after they said the whole, well, you need to be comfortable with not owning your games if you buy them digitally, which is one of the dumbest goddamn things you could say, like right before a game launch. Just yeah, not yeah. So I mean, look, it looks good, but but yeah, I mean,
right here. What are you doing? Just buying stuff. You can buy element. You can buy like equipment and stuff.
Yeah. So you can buy like clothes and shit, but it's like you can't. But like, look at that. You can buy your own. Like, you can get your own cannons and shit. Like, you couldn't just go like buy your own sword. Like, you couldn't.
Nope.
I don't get it.
We're pirates, but we don't do the pirate thing. we're on a ship the whole time.
Yeah, because like if you made this, like it's so weird too, because you have Sea of Thieves, which has been around for so long and it's exceeded
What the hell just happened?
um
Sorry, they were like boarding a ship, but then it just cut, and they didn't even
It
board
turned
the
into a
ship.
cutscene. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna ask. Can you like do the whole
So-
thing where you can go to the ship
No.
and fight? Oh no, you can't.
No,
This is
that's what
boarding
I'm telling
complete.
you.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's what I'm telling you. Like you can't do that. Like it's maddening to me. And again,
Jesus.
I'm playing Black Flag for the first time right now. And that portion where you get to take over someone's ship is so fucking intense and awesome. I'm like, if you could do that with someone that looked like you, that'd be amazing. And
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really do. But yeah, Sea of Thieves being such a big deal for so long, and I played a little bit of Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves, and I was enjoying it. Even they got it. So
Yeah.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
people are still playing like Sea of Thieves, like that.
Yeah.
As a community.
Yeah, like people are
Yeah.
still playing Sea of Thieves. Like, but see, look at this. So like fucking awesome, like cinematic shit. You can go ahead, you have to go ahead and fight the captain of the other ship.
Yeah.
Like, look at this shit. Like, look at how cool this looks. Like, let's go. Like, imagine if that's someone that you could create to look like you. Like, hey,
Yeah.
Ubisoft, come on.
Well, you know, there weren't no black people that were pirates, Hunter.
I know. Like, I
talking
just
about
locked in the
fan
white
equipment.
skin tone. But look at how much fun this is, though. Like,
Yeah.
Damn, kick this ass overboard.
yeah,
Right off the
I
boat.
know. See, like I've been doing so. Like a week ago, because like my partner, she'll usually go to bed around 10 or 10:30. I'll usually stay up to like 11 midnight and like get a recording done or game or whatever. And so I was like, I had gotten to the point where I got my first ship, and I was like, all right, babe, I'll be in like an hour. She's like, all right, cool. This is around like 10:30. I looked down at the clock and it was 2:30 because I started like digging for treasure, and then like I found some plans for a ship. I was like, oh, I gotta gather these supplies. I can't let my crew behind. I'm just like, oh my god, this game, like, it was such a cool experience. Actually, probably what I'm gonna do once we get off here, but it's so frustrating though because Skull and Bones should be in the vein of something like this, and it's not. So I don't know.
Combat looks really good. Like I'm kicking people off the boat and sweeping people off
Yeah.
the feet.
So I bought it on Steam for $6, and I've played.
Damn, nice.
And I've played the game for $7, and I've already got my $6 worth. Like it's been a blast. So
That's awesome.
I don't know, y'all. Like there's still time for Ubisoft, and I think that's important to say. Like I hope that they see this incredibly not super kind response, and they are working on patching that shit in. Should be a free patch, by the way, fuckers. Don't make people pay for your mistake. But they really should patch that in and build on the game on that. Make it part of a next update or something. But it's because if Insomniac has showed us anything with their patch they have coming out at the end of the month or end of next month, is that if you invest in a game, if you give gamers what they want, people will invest in your product, and rewards you for that. But yeah, come on, Ubisoft. There's still time. Fix it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, good old see it. Yeah. But it's funny that that's Black Flag is you can actually go on the ship and do all that stuff and take over. Yeah, that looks way better. Awesome stuff. Yeah, but and thank you, Terry Thompson. Thank you for the lurk, man. Much appreciated. Thanks for stopping by. We do have another stream coming up tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a review with Sage from Radiant from Maturity. I'm going to be doing that at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be doing Doom 1984, David Lynch's Doom. Never seen that one before, so that was a fun watch. In anticipation for Doom Part 2 coming out of March 1st. Like I said, we're going to be doing a review there. Also, probably a stream Friday. Nick is going to be running that. Probably is going to be doing Avatar: Last Airbender, the series, and Drive Away Dolls, the Margaret Qualley, Ethan
Oh,
Cohen
Oh
directs
nice.
hell
the
yeah.
movie. So that's coming out. I'm excited for that movie. Excited to see it. It's one of my most
Hmm.
anticipated movies there. Pedro Pascal is also going to be in it. He's everywhere right now.
Yeah. It's got a
He
pretty good
really
cast
is.
there.
Yeah. It's good old Pedro, good old Reed Richards himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you like that casting?
I
I'm into it.
do. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
like
into it.
it in a perfect world, even though I know he would never do it. I think Bill Hader would have been perfect for that.
Yeah.
Um, but
Or even like Glenn Howerton. Remember he was like
I
everybody's
was the
favorite for a
motherfucker get out of
while.
my head. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, like I mean, there's a world where he's Star Lord. Like that almost happened.
Yeah. You're right.
Uh,
You're right.
so I mean, he would have been really great too. But um, Pedro is just such a great actor. So even if it's
Mhm.
just good, like I think they're setting this up for Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm to really be the lead of the Fantastic Four anyway. Because if you read Fantastic Four up to like 97, 98, it's very much like Rita's leader. And then around the Ultimates run, they go, yeah, Sue's more interesting, and she's actually
Mhm.
not as
She's the
conceited and
powerhouse.
insane. Yeah, she's not as insane as Reed is. And so like he's kind of the leader, but it's really more the Sue Storm show. And so
Yeah.
I think you get Vanessa Kirby for that reason. So I think it's going to be more of her up front, which is a great thing because Vanessa Kirby's a great fucking actress. But
Yeah. This movie.
you know
Miss
what,
Jessica
man?
Alba or what?
It's better than Fan Four Stick.
It is. It very much is because I can have fun with this movie. Fan Four Stick, I will fall asleep.
Yeah, man.
Damn, that shit's scary. Oh, them blue cotton.
Yeah,
Holy shit,
I don't know
that's
if it's the
scary.
makeup or the editing or everything. It's a lot.
Damn, that
It-
shit's scary.
This is where I realized I was like, man, I'm sure Jessica Alba is super sweet, but man, she is just like the shittiest act. She's so bad, and like even Honey, she's like kind of okay. like it's like, sure, this is fine, but
You don't like her in Sin City? Sin City, she was maybe all right.
I mean, she's good in Sin City, but that script does a lot of the heavy lifting, and there's still a couple lines she delivers that are not well delivered. But yeah,
I remember that fight was badass. That Silver Surfer versus the Fantastic.
Yeah, that's actually one of the
yeah, that's a good one.
That's actually a well done action scene, shockingly. But Galactus being a fucking cloud still just fills me with so much fucking rage.
Yeah.
Like one of the
And
coolest.
Lawrence Fishburne the surfer?
Yeah, he was the voice.
He was voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Doug Jones was the physical body there that they
Of
had.
course, Doug Jones everywhere when you need him.
Yeah.
It's just it's such a bad movie, but there are fun elements in it. Fan Four Stick. I felt straight up lied to because I remember I watched that first teaser trailer and I went, okay, I feel like they're gonna go more of the science kind of horror ultimate route.
It felt very ultimate inspired.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that could actually work. And then they don't do any of that at all. And it's just, and Kate Mara's hair is changing from every scene. The fact that fucking Reed Richards is supposed to be in high school to start the movie, I was like, fuck off. He is not young enough to be at a high school science fair. What is wrong with you? It's such a bad movie. And the way Dr. Doom looks alone is, oh man, that movie is so, it's so unfortunate because actually not the I don't think it's this trailer, but there's this one trailer with this really haunting kind of X-Men-esque music in the background. I remember going, wow, this could actually be something. And oh yeah, it's not this trailer, but I saw this trailer and I went, uh-oh. I was like, this might suck. But they haven't made a fun Fantastic Four film yet. Oh yeah, okay. I'll say they haven't made a good one.
It's called The Incredibles. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because honestly,
Oh yeah, this is very X-Men-y. It sounds like.
Yeah, so it was the teaser trailer. Actually, here, hang on, let me. I think I could find it, but yeah, it's like the teaser trailer. I actually think is one of my favorite teaser trailers, and I was just like, wow, this is. Hang on, Fantastic Four
Was it
teaser.
this one?
Let me see. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I remember this one.
How did we get this far?
And this actor
That
passed
guy's
away too, who doing the voice.
He
Yeah,
did.
yeah. It's such
And
a
Andre-
great voice.
Desire.
Andre Brow, who was also in the
To
Fantastic
discover.
Four we just saw, he also passed.
Yes, rest in peace, man.
To invent.
Maybe people should stop doing Fantastic Four movies. Maybe that's
Our future depends on.
Of course, they only credit like the good X-Men movies in there.
Yeah, of course. They're like, don't remember those other ones. It's fine.
Our responsibility.
I mean, there's probably more worse X-Men movies now than there are good X-Men.
Oh, they're
Probably,
definitely are.
probably, yeah, definitely.
The good ones are 1, 2, Days of Future Past, First Class,
I think you,
The Wolverine, Logan.
yeah, Logan. That's it.
And
Yeah.
the bad ones, 3,
There is
Apocalypse,
risk.
Dark Phoenix, X-Men Origins Wolverine,
New Mutants. Looking out there.
Oh yeah.
New Mutants.
And there are
Uh,
consequences.
Yeah,
Oh, you're missing one. Is that it?
that's it, right? So it's
Yeah, I
6
think
and
that's
5. And then if you want to count April 1 and 2, that's
Yeah, yeah.
But that teaser, I was like, oh wow, that looks like that could be something. And then just all my anticipation, that next trailer just took it away. I was like, oh, never mind. Why did I think that Josh Trank wouldn't fuck this up? Why did I like that?
He's another one of those directors. Like, we're not gonna see him get a big budget movie ever again. Probably.
Ever again?
Yeah.
What's weird because Chronicle, like I ride hard for Chronicle. I think Chronicle
Oh, me
is a
too.
great movie.
Me too, man.
But my God, like, so on paper you go, oh, bringing him in to do Fantastic Four, it should work. And I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if he just got lucky with Chronicle or
maybe it was
what
just a mix of him and Max Landis together, like
Yeah,
maybe,
maybe.
like,
lightning in a bottle, maybe.
yeah, like maybe it was just one of those, like, you know, not every and I think we need to start having these conversations more. Not every director has multiple scripts in them. You know,
Yeah.
some people just have like 1 or 2. Like, and by the way, this is exactly what I would do. I would so do that shit like a little white girl. But this is a very logical, like, telling of how you would. What's Dane DeHaan's character's name? I'm blanking. But
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But the way that Michael Shannon is beating him at home and he just finally snaps, you're like, yeah. you would snap at some point. And
the bully too. He like
Andrew.
fucking just
Andrew, thank you. And so when he snapped, I went, yeah, dude, you were kind of bound to, but man, that movie, the way that things go down, it's like it's such a tragic movie, but it's so well done. My frustration with it is that you should have swapped what was it, his cousin and Michael B. Jordan.
Oh yeah, that's Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, because when they killed Michael B. Jordan off, I was like, oh well, I hate your cousin, so I'm kind of rooting for myself. So it's like, but yeah, Chronicle still holds up. I actually just rewatched it last year, and I was surprised. But man, when he kills Andrew with the Space Needle, that shit was woo, that was cool.
That was very cool.
The best superhero non-superhero movie.
Yeah, right. If your superhero movie is not by Marvel or DC,
I'd say Upgrade. I'd say Upgrade count.
Yeah.
Upgrade's cool too. I like Upgrade.
Yeah, I like Upgrade a lot.
Not another tragic story as well.
Dude, you're not lying. Would Dread count? Would we count Dread?
Dread's a comic book already, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, never mind. Okay, so yeah, I would say Upgrade then.
Yeah, Lee Whannell directed that.
Yeah. Love that guy.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna do these reviews there. All right, let's get on pull my notes for this, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do Kung Fu Panda first, and then we move on to Moon Girl.
Yeah.
Let me pull my notes. All right. the way. Now I'm gonna pull this back up. Okay. All right, everybody. So, our first review of the day is going to be for the film Kung Fu Panda 2. Many people been telling me about this. I've never seen Kung Fu Panda 2. I've seen the first one, and we did a review of the first one. That's up on the channel right now, youtube.com, the afternoon tune. You're able to find our review. Brandon was also on that review with us there discussing it. But I've never seen the second one. I've never seen the second one before. And many people, when I said I haven't seen the second one, they treated it like it's the Dark Knight for kids. Like, you haven't seen second Kung Fu Panda? Like, how dare you? This is the best one of the series, apparently. That's what a lot of people were saying. We are reviewing these movies because the fourth one is coming out in March, I think, right? This one's
Yeah, I think it's
Is
the
it,
8th, I want to
is it
say.
March? God damn, March is busy.
Yeah. Early
Yeah.
March.
Everything is coming out in March. This is coming out pretty soon. So wanted to go back, look at the series. Like I said, these are the movies that helped build DreamWorks. You know, DreamWorks was
Mhm.
kind of seen as a secondary studio next to Disney, Pixar. But they really showed up with How to Train Your Dragon movies, with this series, of course, Shrek, the Puss in
Mhm.
Boots movies, very much like that. So we have in this sequel, Poe is returning with the Furious Five. And there's a new villain in town that's ready to conquer China, and that is Lord Shin. Lord Shin, who in this is voiced by Gary Oldman.
Mhm.
And he also has a connection to Poe's past that Poe doesn't know of as of yet. But yeah, Lord Shin has got a deadly new weapon. But he's troubled by destiny, by fate. You have a soothsayer telling him, voiced by Michelle Yeoh in this, who Michelle Yeoh, the stock on Michelle Yeoh is high right now. Everybody wants Michelle
Oh
Yeoh for
yeah.
everything. So they probably got her for pretty good in this one. But yeah, he tells her that you will be defeated by a warrior of black and white, which leads him
Mhm.
to basically genociding most of the
Yeah.
pandas there.
Oh, there's no basically. That's exactly what it does.
It is
Like,
exactly, yeah.
that's one of the first notes I have. I was like, oh wow, genocide of pandas. Like, take this, kids. Like,
Yeah. Basically doing that, but he forgot one. Poe was able to escape there. And so basically you have him teaming up with the Furious Five to face off against the evil Lord Chen and stop him in his evil plans. So I'm gonna go around and get you guys' opinion on this movie. Brandon, what are your thoughts on Kung Fu Panda 2?
Okay, well, yeah, I was definitely one of those people telling you that this is a great movie, best of the series. I don't know if it was just the right time when I saw it when it came out, but like it just hit all the right notes for me. Did everything that the first one did, but like better. And like just I think it's just like a legit solid action flick. Like not even like taking away kids movie, taking away animation, taking away all that. I think it's just like a really solid kung fu flick. Voice acting is great. Lord Shin is probably my favorite villain of the series. I think Gary Oldman goes very ham, um, as he is known to do given the circumstances. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I just really love this movie. When rewatching it, I was like, maybe I overhyped it. Do I like it as much as I think I do? And then I was like, oh no, fuck, I do. I do. What am I saying? Um, so yeah, Kung Fu Panda 2 is fucking solid, rock solid.
Mm. Hunter, what about you?
It's one of my favorite sequels ever.
Mhm.
So I know I'd seen it, like, but I could not tell you the last time I actually watched it. And so like Brandon was kind of hyping it up to me, like, dude, you're gonna really enjoy it. I was like, okay, because I enjoy the hell out of the third one. Like the third one's probably a solid tune in for me. I really dug the third one. I saw it in IMAX 3D and it was fucking awesome. So going into this one, I was like, okay, let's see what it's got. I remember the peacock scaring me. I always remember being like, man, this peacock is weirding me out. And then yeah, Gary Oldman, it's like, yeah, of course, the peacock's terrifying. But yeah, so pandas are kind of my thing. Like I fucking love pandas. And so seeing a panda genocide, I was like, God damn, like fuck, all right, we're doing this, all right, fuck your childhood. But one thing I always love about a sequel is seeing an actual progression of the character, so that they're more competent. They still have more to learn, but they're not novice anymore. I think to How to Train Your Dragon 2 as a great example of that. If you go like, okay, Hiccup and Toothless, they've been doing this for a minute, so they're kind of in tandem, and that's very similar to Poe and the and
Furious
Furious
5.
5, you can tell that they've been fighting together. You get a lot more kind of team up.
Combo moves.
Team up attack. Yeah, like very Marvel Ultimate Alliance in that way.
Exactly. Yeah. They even have names for them.
Yeah, which is so fucking cool. Like that, like their tandem moves are a ton of fun to watch. And this opening sequence in particular, one thing DreamWorks, especially over the last, I'd say 20 years, has been just better at than Disney animation, really at every turn, has been the music they use for fight scenes and the music they use for chase scenes. Like they've been masterful at both of those. And I brought up the example in the chat earlier of there's this chase in the Penguins of Madagascar movie, which is fucking excellent, and it's like this very like it's very cool in the way that the chase scene is filmed. And here, the way that right there where Poe is going ahead and protect, I was like, this is so fucking cool. And it can't, and the camera's always moving, and it's wonderful. It's such a joy to watch this movie. And yeah, this is, Brandon's right. This movie just kicks all sort of ass. It's wonderful.
Damn, she using them as a baton and shit.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
They throw Poe on a lot.
Man, that's amazing.
Poe's
She can lift.
fine. Yeah, right. I mean, balance.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is I think a fun movie here. I will discuss whether it's better than the first one. I've never seen the third one. I have not seen
Third one's a lot of fun still.
Okay.
It is.
And the
I
way
like
that
rewatched it, and I was like, I hadn't seen it in a while. I had seen it like once, and I was like, I don't really like the third one. But rewatching it, I was like, okay, it is actually quite good.
It really is. One thing I love is his I'm blanking, help me out, Brandon. The guy who trains Poe.
Shifu, Master Shifu.
Master Shifu. It's 5 minutes and 45 seconds in. It's not even 6 minutes. He goes, yeah, when you're named the Dragon Warrior, it was the worst day of my life. I was like, God damn, dude. I'm like, you're not even 10 minutes in and you're just shitting on Poe. It's like, no, I cannot express in words. It was the absolute lowest point I've ever. And Poe's sitting there like, what the fuck, dude? What I did?
Yeah.
I think he says it right here.
From the universe?
From a messenger.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Our greatest master.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
But he's just shitting on Poe, just straight up. It's like, yep, didn't want you to be the Dragon Warrior. Really upset that you are. And he takes this long deep breath, like, okay, I've talked shit about you for the last 90 seconds. I guess I should, back in. This is
right.
But it's great, and that's how the movie starts. And it's just it's Dustin Hoffman's great in this. Like
he is, honestly. He might be my favorite voice actor in these movies, honestly.
He's great across the board. I think the one that always surprises me, just because he did those shitty Alvin and Chipmunks movies, is a David Cross's
yeah.
Like that's always one of those. I'm like, oh yeah, that is David Cross. It's like it's like he's great. But we were discussing it earlier, Brandon. This might be a top 3 Angelina Jolie role.
Oh yeah.
Like she's incredible in all 3 of these, and it's always one of those things where it's a nice acknowledgement to know who's voicing name here, but there's a point where you just kind of forget who it is because you just get immersed in the character, and she's probably the most interesting character outside of Poe because she in the first movie,
almost secondary lead in this one, I feel.
Yeah, because in the first one, like you get why they're pissed. Like they've been fighting, they're training their whole lives, and it's in this fucking buffoon like literally falls from the sky, and this old ass turtle goes, you, and everyone goes, the fuck you. So like you actually get why they're pissed, and her especially, because she's a badass and she's been training them and she's been working for this, and then this fucking noodle cooker falls in. It's like, oh nope, it's you. And so she's angry about it. But then what's really cool about the first film is that you see you see how he's trained and how he's like kind of an indictment on public education. Weirdly, too, it's like you need to not train everyone the same way. Everyone learns differently, and once they figure out how Poe learns, it's like, oh, you can actually be shockingly effective if you actually play to your strengths. And then once Poe believes that he can, he's able to go ahead and become a great warrior, which you get more of here. I think my biggest surprise is that it's always nice when movies don't talk down to kids, which is one of my biggest fucking pet peeves in reviewing. And you never feel like this movie is talking down to kids. Like there's a death like 15 minutes in, like straight up, just like, oh yeah, he died, and you're like, oh
yeah,
and you're like, oh, and they don't show it, but it like if you're a kid, you'll go like, oh, giant flash, oh shit, that guy's probably gone, and it's and the movie never lets up on the actual consequences of that, which is really good actually for kids to see. And you get some good stuff on Poe's backstory, which is, man, like I know we talked about the genocide, but it's tragic the way it happens. Like when you actually figure it out, it's like, oh wow, I just want to give the panda a hug. It's there's a lot going on in this movie, and it balances it all pretty well.
Yeah, and they do a really cool different animation there when they do the whole backstory.
I love that.
Which is this type of animation, which is really nice, really cool that they do this. Really sets the tone there, which I like. So I think the very beginning of the movie, they give the whole backstory to Michelle Yeoh narrating, giving the whole backstory of Lord Shin, and how he turned into the villain there, which was very cool.
Which, because he was an asshole, like that's why. Like he had it made and just couldn't help himself. Wasn't okay with just being the ruler of Spot A. It has to be everything. And one thing I actually love about Poe is that he even tries to save him at the end. And it's not in like a dumb way where he like turns his back or anything like that, because that is a trope for me that I fucking hate in movies, where it's like, they just had this giant battle and the good guy's gonna turn his back on the villain and potentially get stabbed. I fucking hate that shit. And Poe's not dumb enough to do that shit. Poe's actually having a conversation with him, going like, "Look, dude, this is why you fail."
Your elbows up and keep the shoulders loose.
Not that. How did you find peace? I took away your parents. Everything. I scarred you for life.
See, that's the thing, Shen. Scars heal.
No, they don't. Wounds heal.
Oh yeah, what do scars do? They fade, I guess?
I don't care what scars do.
You should, Shen. You gotta let go of that stuff from the past, because it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you choose to be now.
Lesson.
Like, yeah, seriously. And then he tries, and then he basically Green Goblins himself, which good. That's exactly what you're as kids. But what's great about Oldman is kind of like Master. Oh my God,
Shifu.
Master, thank you.
There you go.
Kind of with him, part of Poe's, it's almost like an unintentional Spider-Man, because part of what makes Poe so frustrating is that he is this panda who's like aware of what he's doing, but kind of isn't. Like there's like almost like a Three Stooges aspect to how he fights, and
very aloof.
Yeah, it's kind of like Drunken style in that way, but. But there's so many times where the peacock's like, oh, he's gone, haha. And then like Poe just happens to escape in the bottom of the ninth. He's like, God damn it. He's like, this panda won't die. And it's really quite, and it makes you more endeared to Poe, but you see Poe actually gaining more confidence as these things happen. That last fight is fucking excellent. It is like I got goosebumps actually watching him kind of finally find his inner peace, which, my God, that whole sequence. You were talking about the change up in animation, Josh, but this is just why animation works. Like movies like this show
this scene right here.
You can do. This scene, dude, I lost my shit.
It's so good. It's so good.
Because it's his in-game moment. It's Captain America looking out and going like, oh, well, this is probably how it ends. Fuck it. Let's go down swinging. And Poe's like, okay, this guy wants to kill me. I'm willing to distract him and take the sacrifice to save everyone else. It's like that's such a like. Oh my god, the scene! It's so
It rocks. The music, the everything.
And there's like the amazing thing about this too is that DreamWorks has such a respect for martial arts, the way that they portray everything in these movies. Like, because there could be a level of just like, you know, we're cashing on this, who gives a shit? But there is respect shown to like all the different styles, like crane style fights crane style, and like like there's an actual cleverness to how everyone fights, that each fight does feel different. There's a the stealth scene with the dragon is a laugh out loud.
Yes.
Like that shit was so goddamn funny. Plus you see this bunny kid see like someone eat like the dragon eat one of the wolves, and just and that kid like the scream, and that shit was funny.
Yeah.
And then you see the scene, I think, a little bit later here where he kind of eats her.
Oh yeah. They're like,
yeah.
It's very good stuff.
So good. But the movie, like in the way that most sequels are in kids' movies, it is definitely darker. You know, Panda genocide. But it really addresses like PTSD too in a way that I was like, okay, you're talking about this. Poe is straight up having panic attacks whenever he sees that symbol, like, and they're very and they don't shy away from that. And you know, like a lot of people do, he hides it from the rest of the Furious Five until Tigress is straight up like, you need to fucking like, you need to talk about this shit right now. And that's where there's a point where Poe is having the whole, you know, I don't know where I come from moment. And he's talking to her about it. And he goes, you know, I realized that my dad isn't my dad. And she looks at him and she's like, the goose isn't your dad. And that shows character growth, because her from the first movie would have been like, you're an idiot. What the fuck is wrong with you? But she actually like indulges him and actually talks to him through it. And I went, okay, that's a subtle thing that some people will just miss, but that is an actual big deal as far as like evolving for her. She gives him
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, she gives him a hug later on in the film, and that's a moment you're like, wow, she really is like.
Even the Furious Five are like, whoa,
like what's going on? You don't do that. But that look that look she gives him, like, dude, come on,
your dad.
Just found out that my dad isn't really my dad.
Your dad?
Poe's just like, yeah.
Quite a shock.
yeah, it's just like, okay, props to you for.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's one of my probably favorite aspects of the first movie and the second movie. First movie, they play Poe's dad as a goose, like almost as a joke, but also like very straight. Like, it's an animated movie. You're not gonna really question why his dad is a goose. But then in this one, they like, it becomes a plot point. Like you get like how, what's his dad's name, Mr. Ping or something. You get how
what is his dad's name? Yeah, Mr. Ping. Yeah, voiced by James Hong. Yeah,
the legend there. But yeah, you get how Mr. Ping found Poe and like their relationship, and how like he treats, like he just thinks of him as a son, like, and all that. And like, it's a very kind of adult conversation, adult theme for children to see, like, this dad be worried that like his son is gonna go find out his real dad, find out his real family and stuff like that. I just like how they really play with that in the first and second movie about Poe's dad, and like that whole reveal. I think it's like super well done.
Yeah. So in the sequel, so Jennifer Nelson directed it. So it's a different director than the two directors in the first one. John Stevenson and Mark Osborne directed the first one. So it's a different director here. And she went also to direct the third movie as well.
Okay, I thought so.
So that's very nice. And then amongst the returning cast that you have here of Jack Black, and there are also the Furious Five of like Seth Rogen, David Cross, Lucy Liu there. and also there Jackie Chan and Dustin Hoffman. You also do have some new members here. We mentioned Gary Oldman, who's the main
Mhm.
villain here, Lord Shin, but you also have Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's the
Yes,
master.
sir.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude fucking Van Damme.
And you also have Dennis Haysbern, the Allstate man. You know, you're in good
Yeah.
hands with
Oh
Allstate.
yeah, he is in-
Mhm.
Yeah, who's also been also in a variety of also things. I just love him in the Allstate commercials that come in
Yeah,
there.
he
Yeah,
does.
he's great. He's great.
So yeah, as the Ox, he comes in there. They're a duo there.
Mhm.
And they say like with this invention, so the movie also kind of has a also a thing some martial arts movies do where it's kind of hey, technology's moving forward.
Mhm.
It's kind of gonna
Yeah.
it's kind of gonna make kung fu obsolete. Nobody's gonna really do that anymore. And then with the presence of Lord Shin, it's like, well, yeah, he's gonna do this cannon type weaponry. It's like, well,
Mhm.
kind of kung fu is kind of gonna be pointless there, and kung fu's dead. Which you have that from the characters of John Claude Van Damme as Crocodile, and then Dennis Haysbern as Ox. There, I'm like, damn,
Mhm.
these names, man, they just Master Croc and Master Ox.
Yep.
It's like
Master Ox.
it's just like, damn, they could. It's like Viper and Monkey is like, hey, what? I
Honestly,
guess,
I love it though. Like, because it
Yeah.
gives them a level of prestige. Actually, kind of changing the names up a little bit.
Yeah.
So
okay, yeah. So you have that in this. Yeah. So I like kind of like that element as well. There. How
Mhm.
do you like the threat of this movie just being like it's kind of like cannons mostly? It's kind of
I kind of really enjoy that aspect. I know I like always thought of it like it's like cannons kind of mixed with like fireworks because just how the way it's animated and how it, like looks all like the sparks and just all that crap. But like yeah, for that to be like the main opposition, the main threat of this movie that's going to kill Kung Fu is like such an interesting thing, like how you said, like technology creeping in to kind of stamp out the traditional stuff. And that's kind of like what Shin is about. He like straight up, when he gets back home, he like throws the throne out the window, and is like, "Nope, it's me now. Fuck you, mom and dad."
yeah,
Um, but like, I like the cannon. I like the firework aspect of it. Um, I really like how they kind of underestimated at first. Or like even like Master Ox and the Rhino, like when Shin pulls up, they're like, "Oh, this is what you got." Um, but yeah, it's an interesting weapon to bring in when like the first movie and the third are more about kung fu fights, like and even though if it gets a little mystical with it. So I think this movie going with technology and like how Shin because like in the backstory, it didn't even show like the soothsayer had a part in like
yeah,
creating it, right?
yeah. Which they do get into like her um how that really mirrors the first film with Master Shin and then the tiger whose name I'm totally blanking on.
Tai Lung.
Yeah, thank you. It really mirrors that story really well of, oh wow, this was someone I was close to, and I
Yeah.
probably gave them that little extra push that they definitely didn't need, and so
Did
now I
not.
have to live with that. Now I have to live with that.
Yeah.
It's very Ninja Turtles in that way too.
Mhm.
But my God, like it's so well handled because the peacock is just a dick. Like there is just a
Yeah.
point where
He's an
like
asshole.
yeah, where he's ruled like he's got the city
Yeah,
that
this
he
scene. Yeah.
yeah, like after this he could have stopped here, but it's not about stopping here. It's like no, everyone has to suffer because my parents set a very fair boundary and we're like, we don't want you to be a dictator. And he
Yeah.
went, oh, and in the peacock, last name oh yeah, the peacock's last name was Trump, did you? But it's but like this scene alone, you're like, oh yeah, your parents were 1,000% right to not want you to be leading this town.
I love the mini fight scene too, because like you don't get Shin fighting a lot. Like his main thing is the cannon, and he's obviously not on the same level as
Good
like
afternoon, gentlemen.
Master Rhino here, or Master
Now we've
Ox.
got the pleasantries out of the way.
yeah. How do you like the
Please
voice
leave
work
my
by
house.
Gary Oldman?
Your
Oh hell yeah, Gary Oldman
And,
kills it. I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
very interesting choice. Yeah.
he's very it's really funny how just a little tweak in the tone can make him
Yeah.
a great Commissioner Gordon or a terrifying peacock. Like it's
Yep, there it
fascinating.
is.
It's fascinating how that works with him. I love Seth Rogen in here. Like this is one of those times
Yeah, Mantis.
where Seth Rogen's bits really work. And you can tell he's having fun with this. I'm sure he was stoned as fuck recording these lines, but you can tell he's having a blast. There's this point he's like, yeah, I thought I'd settle down, find a girl, have her bite my head off, and it's played completely straight. I was like, oh well, yeah, you are man. Okay, yeah, okay, you would. This would be your honeymoon, I guess, but but the movie's really funny. But it's a lot. Like I would say, the drama is more dramatic than the first film. I would say the comedy does dip, but I don't even mean in quality. I just mean as far as the amount of jokes. But there's a lot more jokes. There's some really great sight gags that really work. We mentioned the whole puppet eating thing, but then it turns into like a straight up Pac-Man. Like centipede shot. It like clearly intentionally. I was like, oh, that's fucking clever. So I mean, the film does stuff like that you go that on a rewatch you'll go like, oh shit, I didn't catch that the first time.
Or even like the when Poe is trying to get was it Croc, James Van Damme Croc and out of jail, and like they're just like flipping back and forth.
Oh, that was
like
fun.
the sail.
Yeah,
really good stuff.
But it's interesting, like how this and something like How to Train Your Dragon 2, how both these films definitely you still feel the weight of what happened in the first film. But Hiccup loses his dad in the second film, and you're like, fuck, and like halfway through too, like after finding his mom, and like these DreamWorks sequels have done a really great job of adding on consequences, but still keeping the films fun, but maturing the characters in a natural way.
I think Last Wish is like the best example of that recently. I do not remember that first Puss in Boots movie at all. But
I the first one, but this is Last Wish was just fantastic. So I don't know, man. DreamWorks has been very I've talked about it. I think as much as I'm cashing those Disney checks from my Marvel review, I think Disney on the animation side has been really uninspired with a few exceptions. We were talking about Brandon, like what would you say, like Luca?
Luca, Turning Red, and Soul are like
Soul. I would say for me,
recently.
And then I would say, like, I know it's a little further back, but Raya and the Last Dragon, I would say for me. But
what about Encanto? You don't like?
Encanto. Encanto definitely. But then it's like Elemental. I was like, I watched
Disney Jungle Fever. That's about you.
right. Yeah. The Hunter movie. Elemental. Wish. Like. Good Dinosaur, Lightyear, and like it's been just a lot of uninspired crap on the animation side from Disney, and it's really frustrating, honestly, because of all the resources they have, they should be turning out at least good movies on a consistent basis on the animated side, and they really haven't been. Strange New Worlds was mid too.
Very mid.
Like it's just like I don't know what's going on the animation side, but they've been just slacking, and I think DreamWorks has really picked up that baton. Sony as well with the Spider-Verse films, but I think DreamWorks has really
even
been
is it Mitchell's versus the Machines Sony?
Is that Sony?
Yeah. I think,
shit. Okay, then that just adds to the point. But like I think one of the last things that Disney did, I think it was 20th Century, so technically Disney now, but I remember Ron's Gone Wrong was like I had a ton of fun with that. But that was something that was so under the radar that they just did not fucking advertise. Shocker. It's like, but yeah, just with the animation from the Disney side, it's felt very just bleh. And this is why you don't want anyone to have a monopoly on shit, because you get things like this when studios and companies think outside the box. And thank goodness, for DreamWorks and these other studios are turning out alternative stuff to what Disney is, because this is a fantastic movie. And I don't think you get this from Disney, to be honest. So,
I mean, didn't DreamWorks really start with like a guy leaving Disney and being like, "Fuck you, Disney! I'm making Shrek," and
Yeah,
like basically
yeah,
making fun of Disney the whole time.
yeah. I mean, but dude, spite is can be a great thing
It
for each
is. It
network,
is.
man.
It's a great
And
motivator.
and there's a lot of I think there's a lot more people in the Hollywood sphere than we even know who strictly worked to act as a counterbalance to Disney.
Yeah, right.
Because for as much as we give Sony, they've made two god tier Spider-Verse films that will be talked about 50 years from now as far as like how you teach animation. So like you can't like not many studios can say that. So I mean, give credit where it's due. One of my favorite we got a Mutant Mayhem last year.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the best animated films I've seen in decades. So I mean, you can still do great stuff in animation, but yeah, it's crazy to see how I think other companies have kind of leapfrogged Disney in that way. So
with Kung Fu Panda 2 here, like I said, additional voices here that you have here, new director. And what I like about this a little bit more than the first one is now you do have Poe integrated into the team of the Furious Five, as we saw here in the action sequence here. He's becoming a part of they're teaming up, doing a lot of combo moves as you see. So they've fully fledged there. You get a little bit more with the Furious Five, I feel like, in this one, especially some more development with Tigress, Angelina Jolie's character there, who Brandon said feels more like a secondary lead in this. But you see a lot more development with her, which was really good. I do think this does work on a lot of levels there with this movie.
I love this shot.
Yeah. Whether it's better than the first one, I think there's certain elements better than the first one for sure, and especially delving more into Poe's backstory, I think, which is really good. But I heard in the third one, it makes me do want to watch the third one, that you don't really get as much as the Furious Five as you do in the second one.
It's more.
There's a reason why.
There is, yeah,
kind of, yeah.
And honestly, the reason they come up with, I remember like because I rewatched this during lockdown, I remember going, okay, yeah, you do actually explain this, because I was in the same camp you were. I was like, wait a minute, there's not a lot less, and then you're like, oh, but because this thing happened, so it does make sense, and you get a lot of scenes between Bryan Cranston and Jack Black that just work so fucking well. I was like, okay, like this is it's very much like that third How to Train Your Dragon, where you get a little less hiccup and Toothless together, but there's an actual reason why it's the case, and you kind of go, okay, for where this needs to go, you kind of need to tweak some things. So
exactly.
But yeah, like I said, I saw the third one in 3D, and I was just so fucking happy. I'm like, oh my god. Like my high ass, like, oh my god, it's a village full of pandas. This is like that could fucking exist. But we haven't talked about it yet. I don't know who did it, but the score in this, the score.
Is it not? Who is it?
I don't know who did this.
Let's see here. It says Hans Zimmer, John Powell.
Oh, it's
I thought Hans Zimmer. I thought so.
God damn, Zimmer's great at just any movie. It's kind of annoying how great Zimmer is.
Even when it's a bad movie, like I love his score for Dark Phoenix.
I do too, actually. And I fucking hate Dark Phoenix so much, but yeah, that score is great. This all around this movie, like, because I really was kind of trying to think of a actual like gripe that I have with it, but I don't know, like there's nothing that sticks out as bad. That's one thing too that we have to bring back: movies being like 95 minutes. Not everything needs to be 2 hours. Not everything needs to be an hour 50. Like sometimes something can just be 93 minutes, get you in, get you out. And thank you, DreamWorks, for actually remembering that, because there's a good amount of content in here, but it doesn't feel overstuffed. It's paced very well. And like when I got to the end of it, I was like, oh wow, I went on an emotional journey. There are a couple scenes I was just like, oh god, don't cry, oh, like but yeah, this is a wonderful experience, and this is actually one of my favorite, like I was thinking about my favorite sequels, like animated sequels. I was like How to Train Your Dragon 2, and 3 are definitely on there. Puss in Boots: Last Wish is on there, and then it's like shit, like Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Like
2.
Shrek 2. I love Shrek 2, but like Puss in Boots is like that was my homie. The moment I saw that cat, I was like, yeah, I was like, yep, I don't care. I don't care who voices you, you're the best. But it's amazing how well this film functions from start to finish. I'm gonna have to buy this on 4K. Like this is yeah.
I was trying to look for it on streaming, but it's not on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I had to rent it. Or no, I bought it when we're talking about it. I just bought it on Prime. I think it was like $8 or something like that. Yeah.
I think you could get all 3 movies for $21 for Blu-ray.
Yeah, very, very good deal, I think.
That's a
for all
good deal.
3.
I'm that asshole though. Like if I know something exists for 4K, I can't have it Blu-ray. Like I have to. I have to spend extra money and get a 4K. But I'm sure they'll put out another like edition of like all 4 movies since this.
Yeah, especially after the 4th.
Yeah. So, when did the 3rd one come out? Because there's been a decent amount of distance.
It's been a time.
Let's see, the 3rd one,
2016. So I mean, it's been 8 years. Like that's.
I mean, there's been kind of space between all of them. First one came out 2008. Second one came out 2011. Third one came out 2016.
That's fair.
So what will be your rating?
Oh
yeah.
I love this movie. I really just want to give it a somewhere between a strong tune in and a light cinema. Like I don't know. I like I said before, I think this is like a top tier like action flick. If you're like into animation, but maybe haven't like seen a lot of kung fu movies, I think this is like unironically a good start. Because like even with the voice guys, you get a lot of martial arts people in there. You get like Jean-Claude Van Damme, you get Jackie Chan, of course. Even Angelina Jolie's been in some martial arts movies. Of course, Michelle Yeoh and a bunch of other like cast just running out. It's like a perfect mix of martial arts, action, and comedy. But yeah, I love this movie. My favorite scene probably has to be when they're climbing up the falling tower, which is such a sick scene. But yeah, super strong tune in for me. If you haven't seen this, like you've seen the first one, you're yourself a disservice by not seeing this one and the third one. You got to just complete it. Just do it.
Okay, I might see the 3rd one. I might go ahead and watch it.
And you got time. You got time before the 4th.
Yeah. So you said peak for you, Brandon?
Yeah.
Peak. Okay. Hunter, what about you?
Yeah, this is like the same feeling I had when I got out of First Avenger. I was like, man, that's a great movie. I can't wait to see what they do with the sequel. And then the sequel improves on everything I love about First Avenger in every way, shape, or form. I don't say this often. I have adoration for everyone who's involved with this movie. Everyone knew what their job was. Everyone took it seriously, and they knocked it out of the park with this. Jack Black, like I feel like we really undervalue Jack Black at this point because like between even stuff like The Cable Guy and like School of Rock and Super Mario Brothers in these movies and Bernie. In The House of a Clock in Its Walls, which if you haven't seen that, that's a fucking banger. Like Jack
Black, even him in like
great.
The first Goosebumps movie, like I really enjoyed him.
Like Jack Black always like you never feel like he's not giving a shit. Tropic Thunder, we didn't even fucking mention Tropic Thunder.
Of course,
like we should have been one of the first things, but he's just great all the time. And Tenacious D, God bless Tenacious D. I fucking love Tenacious D. But the man just gets it, and there is a love that he clearly has for this character, which makes me feel better about the 4th one because I don't think he'd come back for a 4th film if there wasn't a reason to. But this is excellent. This is peak in the highest order. I haven't logged this on Letterboxd, but I have a lot to say about this. Goddamn, just great movie. Yeah, watch this.
Nice. Yeah. So with this one's finally seeing Kung Fu Panda 2 for the very first time, I think it is very good. Great animation that you have here. Really good action sequences. Like I said, the team is more now. You see more of them in their element now. They pose a part of it, which is really good. I always like to see a good team up there. I
Hmm.
think the villain in this, I like the villain. I think better in the first one than here. I like the more personal
Fair enough.
connection to the team, as opposed to maybe the villain in the second one. But still very good job by Gary Oldman as Lord Shin here. Very good
Hmm.
stuff they do with his design being a peacock, like his flag. And somebody also pointed out the color of his is also like the Japanese flag there. Somebody kind of pointed that out
Oh, nice.
there with like what do you call it? The peacock's not
Feathers, I
wings,
guess.
feathers. Yeah,
Uh,
feathers there,
yeah.
which is really nice. Yeah, so I really do. I would give it a peak myself. I think I gave the first one a tune in or high tune in or somewhere around
Mhm.
there.
I think that's
I
fair.
think I did too.
Yeah, so I think
I'd be right there with y'all. Like a high tune in for the first one.
yeah. So it's got also good comedic elements here too. Good voice cast
Mhm.
working really well here. I think some of my major complaints. I always love to see a good team there. I wish you get some more stuff from David Cross and Seth Rogen
Yeah.
and Lucy
Yeah.
Liu. There, I think most of it kind of. I understand it's a short movie. It's only an hour. It's like exactly an hour and 30 minutes. But at least more time to develop at least some of the other members of the team there. And this was the scaling of
Yeah.
the billing that you're talking
Oh my
about, which
god,
was
so cool.
So good.
That is one of my favorite jokes from the first film. Is that Poe has like action figures of all of them. He's like, "Oh my god, you're all so much bigger in person, except for you, man. You're basically the same." And just like just like,
So good.
Poe's so good. This chase scene, holy shit.
Yeah.
This was so cool. There's this point where they're going down the stairs and Poe just puts
Oh,
his
yeah.
fist out and the wolf is just basically like volleyball, tetherballing to his head, his fist. I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, there's just little things like that where you go, wow, these animators were clearly like,
Mhm.
we're gonna show the fuck out on these action scenes. Um, and in the conversation that he has with his dad at the end, I was just like, oh
Mm.
god, I was
Mhm.
like, this is just feels. It's such a great film. I'm actually
yeah.
gonna probably watch the third one tomorrow with my coffee. Like
Yeah,
I just
do it.
like yeah, what a joy these are. Like
Yeah, and this
these are
was nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Oscars. The
Oh,
director there
yeah.
was the second woman to be nominated for Academy Award for Best Animated
Oh,
Feature at the time.
jeez.
And do you know what it lost to?
oh god, what?
It lost to Rango. That's what it lost to.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. That's
Alright,
fine.
alright.
I
I'm
can
fine
deal
with
with
that.
that because Rango is
It's
excellent.
pretty
Like
fucking good,
Rango
yeah. It's
is
pretty great.
great.
Yeah,
Um,
the competition was Rango, A Cat in Paris, Chico and Rita, and Puss in Boots.
Oh, wow. First Puss in Boots came out around that time?
but that's okay. I'm still okay with Rango winning. You
Yeah.
know, crazy Johnny Depp playing someone who lies to people.
Yeah. But yeah, and this was also very successful. It was the sixth highest grossing movie of the year when it came out in
Oh,
2011.
Damn,
nice.
let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
It made
Okay,
quite a bit of considerable amount of money. Yeah, it had a budget of 150 million. Made a box office of 665.7 million.
that's nice.
Ooh.
Okay,
So
Oh, yeah. That's why
very,
you
very
get 2 more sequels after this.
dude, seriously. Like,
yeah.
damn, that's really good. Good for them.
Mhm.
And I like how it does respect a lot of the culture there that they're doing of
Mhm.
so much attention was paid to that, which I think is really nice.
Oh yeah, man,
Uh,
they could have iron fisted the shit so easily.
Oh, man.
Have that panda talking to everyone about this is how you do kung fu.
um,
No.
but yeah, so peaks all around for Kung
Mhm.
Fu Panda 2. Move on to I'm pulling my notes for my next review, and then we go ahead and get that done. Very, very good. All right. Here we go. Here. Let me make sure I get my notes here. So, right. Here we go. So, our second and final review of the day is going to be for the series Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur. It is a Disney Plus series there. I've been hearing a lot about this. I've been people been telling me about this, how great this show is. And what is this show about? So this is a comic book character here, Moon Girl. I think this character was in the Devil Dinosaur. It was created all the way back with Jack Kirby. I think this character was created, or was it created a little bit?
I
Are
think
you
it's more recent than that.
more recent?
Oh gosh.
This
So I
character was
will.
created in 2015, November 2015.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
The
I was
Devil
like,
There it is.
Dinosaur, that was a character I think that was created by Kirby, the
Yeah.
actual Devil
Yes,
Dinosaur.
Devil's
correct.
for sure older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have this girl, who I think, from what I understand, is the smartest girl in the entire Marvel universe.
Yes,
Smartest
sir.
person.
Yeah. Like it's kind of a debate somewhat between her and Shuri, but it seems like more
Yeah.
often than not, they tend to go with Moon Girl.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who is Lunella Lafayette. And she's a superhero, 13-year-old superhero who lives, of course, in New York. That's where all the Marvel superheroes seems to hang out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said, one of the smartest people in the entire universe of Marvel. And she has a companion, a devil dinosaur that got from another dimension there. And they go around fighting crime. You see each episode, that's kind of what they do. Very episodic in a way there, very serialized. Just every episode, new kind of challenges she faces, new lessons she learns. It's kind of like this show is a little bit like if you take the Proud Family and you take
Mm.
Spider Verse, and you
Mhm.
kind of mix those together. And
Yeah,
then it's something like
basically.
this, you would get pretty much,
Very
yeah,
good.
Moon Girl in the dinosaur. And I, heard about this, and the animation is also something that really, looking at kind of trailers for this and clips, it's like that's what really also drew me to it as well. Really amazing animation, really
Mhm.
lively, really colorful style. It's like I can only imagine the work that the animators do this because not
Yeah.
only do you see that, but just like when they do these sequences, like every episode includes like a music sequence. It includes
Mhm.
like where they go into a whole other different animation style where she kind of fights bad guys. Here, she also has a great family that supports her. You have a great voice talent in this. Alfie Woodard, who plays
Mhm.
her grandmother in this. You have Jermaine Fowler, who plays her father in this. Jermaine Fowler,
Mhm.
he's been in things like Blackening. He's been in before. He had a great role in that. You have
Mhm.
Uncle Ruckus in this. You got Gary Anthony Williams,
Yeah.
who's in this
Yeah.
there, who's her grandfather there. Lawrence Fishburne, who is the executive producer of this show, he helped the show get made.
Mhm.
Somebody brought to him the comic of Moon Girl, and I was like, "Hey, this looks pretty good." He is a comic book fan himself, and was like, "Hey, I'll make this into a show," and it kind of inspired him to do so. And he also shows up in a voice role in this as one of the villains of the show, the Beyonder, who's like a trickster
Mhm.
type
Yeah.
character, and very different performance that you've seen mainly from Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
Uh,
right, yeah.
More flamboyant, more like something like Chris Tucker and like The Fifth Element a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's a good comparison.
That
Um,
actually is a great comparison.
and this series seems to be connected to the MCU because he also shows up as Bill Foster in this, who was
Mhm.
his character in the Ant-Man movies. Also, you do have Maria Hill, who shows up in
Yeah.
this, Cody Smulders, so you do have
Oh,
a
so
Hill
good.
there. And they do also make other MCU references, like there's an episode where the Wakandan teacher comes there.
Oh, so good.
Oh, so good.
And then you also have, where they reference Wakanda, Vibranium. Also Thanos is referenced in this. So seems like it is kind of connected to the MCU in a way there.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go around and get you guys' opinion on this. Being fans of the series already before me. So, Hunter, what are your thoughts on Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur?
I hate how great this show is. Like it's actually kind of annoying how brilliant this show is. So I watched season 1. I took a couple weeks because I really didn't want to zoom through it. And then there's a certain point that it hits. I just went, fuck, I kind of think I'm gonna finish this tonight.
Yep.
I think I
Mhm.
hit around episode 7, I want to say. I'm actually gonna pull up the list here. Let me see. But I don't know how they pulled the show off. Every time I thought the show couldn't get better, it kept finding a different fight scene to use or different
Mhm.
song to use, or this show just feels effortless in its representation, which is something that I was really happy to see. I think it's like episode 4. They have a computer
Oh, yeah.
that goes by they them, and it's addressed right at the beginning. There's like it's just like, oh, this is how it is, and Luna's completely respects it and goes, oh, I go by she. I think she goes by she her, and they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
have like a really cool little bonding moment over there, and over that moment, I was like, that's really cool, and the show just constantly does stuff like that. Or I went, this show just gets it. Like it never feels forced. It feels very natural to the stories that they're telling. And man, I thank goodness for people like Lawrence Fishburne who see something like this
Mhm.
and go like, we really want to go ahead and see our stories on screen. And they're clearly given a lot of rope because Moon Girl is like, Brandon, like, we're comic book nerds. What do we say? She's like a C-level hero.
Yeah, I'd say sea level. Like, she doesn't pop up in a lot of events. She's mostly doing her
No,
own thing. Like, yeah, very much sea level, I say.
but I mean, that's really kind of how, but that's how you're able to kind of do this shit and kind of be able to go ahead
Mhm.
and kind of occupy your own space. Like that's not a bad thing. And I could clearly see people liking her more after seeing this show. But
Oh, for
uh,
sure.
like there's what was it, episode 4, the check yourself episode where she's having the debate, the chess match against computer. She's doing a test while she's playing this computer because she's so like, she doesn't want to lose that badly. She's like, okay, yep, here's my science test. All right, go away, I got this. And it's this, like, it's very much being that smart, which, I mean, you would have an ego like being this
Mhm.
smart already, like you definitely would, but also being that hard-headed and being like, no, I don't want to lose. And Lunella learns some shit that you probably don't learn until you're 17, 18 because
Mhm.
of the circumstances she's in. Are we're talking season 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, well, it's only
Oh,
half of basically a little over half of season 2. There's only 7
Yeah, yeah.
episodes is released there, and they're gonna do 24, so you're not even really halfway
Mhm.
through season
oh,
2
really?
yet. You
Okay.
can talk a little bit about season 2 there and season 1.
Okay. So like, they straight up address like panic attacks and PTSD, and
Mhm.
in a way that I was like, wow, they're actually making this very tangible for kids to comprehend and to get. Um, Panic attacks, by the way, are fucking terrible. They're
Mhm.
terrifying, and you just feel like it's like the worst echo chamber in the world. And the way that they actually portray her, like, being drowned by her own thoughts, like almost in a very
Oh my
symbiote sort of
gosh.
way. I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit, like, this is like, it's crazy how this and Ted Lasso have been some of the best portrayals of like panic
Oh,
attacks that
yeah.
I've seen, where you just go, oh, that's what one's like. That's
Mhm.
Puss in
horrifying.
Boots also did it very well too.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that was the other example I was gonna bring up, where like you just go, oh wow, this is, because I almost think like they've almost been like, I'm not one of those people who go like, oh, this isn't taken seriously enough, but I think panic attacks and mental health in general has been kind of a like shrug sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think coming out of like, isolation and lockdown, I think people really had to kind of go like, oh no, this is actually a pretty big fucking deal.
Mhm.
And having Lunella, um, what happens to her to start off season 2, it's a really big deal for
Mhm.
anyone, let alone a 13-year-old. And the fact that she can't really talk to anyone about what she experienced, that's its own level of anxiety outside of the actual thing that occurs. It's a lot. And this show throws a lot at her. And yet you never find yourself not rooting for her. Like, even when she's wrong and she kind of needs to be checked, you understand that she needs to be checked kind of from a place of love, not purely from a place of ignorance, which is a really hard balance to strike. But the show just keeps finding ways to make her amazing. She gets a really cool upgrade in season 2 that I just
Yeah.
loved. I was like, okay, the suit's just better. Like, this is
Right.
just everything.
Let me see.
Um, that dinosaur, and I say this as a cat dad, I fucking love Devil so
And this is
much.
the new
Devil,
suit,
yeah,
right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the new suit's fantastic. Like, and the season 1 suit's really cool too.
It's
Like, it's
good
not,
too, yeah.
yeah, it's not a bad suit, but when you see the season 2 suit, you're like, oh yeah, this is what she like. I didn't know I needed this, but yes, I need this. And every MCU cameo actually feel like, in the reference, like, it's very much in the background. It doesn't
Mhm.
feel forced like it does. Like, I don't. I think it's a rare thing, but even something like in I'd say like Thor: Dark World, I always go back to. It's like, oh, what about this? And look about the, Reality Stone, haha. And it's like, okay, all right, we don't like let's roll it back. But every cameo and every reference in here, it's either like a very subtle one where you're like, oh, okay, like there's an episode in season 2 where they have these sidekicks of heroes, and they're all like animals. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Thor's goat. That's Falcon's falcon. Like it's stuff a lot of like people just wouldn't know off the top. But I was like, oh, that's that and that and that. But then you get these more intense cameos. I was like, oh shit, Shield shows up because they would be based in New York. That makes sense. And oh, there's the Avengers thing. Wait, is an Avenger about to show up? Oh my god, an Avenger showed up. Oh, that's so great. Like, and the show just kept surprising me. I think that's the word I have to keep saying, is that I just kept being surprised by the output overall.
What about you, Brian?
Yeah, I freaking love this show. I was badgering Hunter like forever to like finish season 1 because I had the I had the unfortunate but fortunate like timing of like I was watching it like while it was coming on. And this show is on Disney Plus, but season 1 was also airing like concurrently on Disney Channel. So like they had like a first batch of episodes that came out on Disney Plus, and then I had to like wait for more. So I was like already fiending. I was like, first 3 episodes, I need more. Please keep this coming. But yeah, I love this show. I was already a big fan of the animation studio Flying Bark because they did Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that has like a very flashy and cool kind of like similar style. Great action scenes as well, like Moon Girl does. And I think they're a studio that like really has fun like making these like action sequences and stuff like that. Because you watch like Rise of the TMT, like especially the movie, like there's some action scenes that just go off. Like I had to rewind. And you can like see it in here in TMT and as well as Moon Girl. It's very anime inspired. They wear their like influences on their sleeves, and it's like just a really beautiful sight to like watch, honestly, every single time, every episode. But yeah, I love Moon Girl. Was not very familiar with the character, very surface level beforehand. Like knew she was like the smartest, knew she had a cool dinosaur, knew she was probably an inhuman. I don't know if that's still canon or not.
I think it is actually. I think they doubled down on that. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But I'm right there with you. I think I read like 2 or 3 runs of her.
Same.
And knew just enough to be able to kind of speak to the character, but was also like, tell me your biggest rivals. I'd be like, like, like Kingpin, because he's in there. Right. But the voice acting across the board. So one of my biggest pet peeves is I hate when things do like the bitchy female friend dynamic just for the sake of it, like just for the sake of drama. But the thing about being friends with someone this smart that I think that the show nails, that Lunella thinks she's always right. And so when her and Casey actually have arguments, they're justified. They have an argument in season 2 early on about this new lab she gets, which is awesome, by the way. But they have this argument about it. It's a very sensible argument, and you can actually see where both of them are coming from. And they realize like, oh wow, we're teenagers going through this thing, but we need to be able to like talk this shit out and actually be able to see each other's perspective given on the gravity of what we're taking on. And it's
the scene where they were inside the dinosaur.
Inside the dinosaur, yeah.
Okay.
And I remember
they do have like multiple fights where you have to like kind of talk through it or like see the other person's perspective and stuff like that.
But it never comes across as bitchy. It never comes across as like mean-spirited. It's them just having genuine miscommunication issues and needing to talk it out. And it's done in a respectful way from both sides that you go, oh, okay. And like and just like little things like Lunella learns more about fashion from Casey as she progresses to the show, and Casey flat out comes up with the science lie in season 2 to cover for that you go like, oh yeah, you wouldn't have come up with that season 1. Like that's an actual like progression thing because you guys are friends. And it's just in the show too, it's just kind of relentless in how emotional it is. Because because the end of
some feelings.
Because the end of episode 1, where she has a fight with Devil, and I was fucking tearing up. I'm like, why are you yelling at this dinosaur? He just wants to love you. And Devil ends up staying, because of course he does. But she talks about how he said that this is his home now, and it's worth fighting for. And I'm like, oh crap! Shut up!
Yeah.
Like, and the show keeps doing that shit over. I think I cried every other episode. I'm like, you assholes! Just kept finding. There's a fucking gentrification episode in
that's probably my favorite of
season 2. Like is season 1 or is it season 2?
What, are you talking about like the silencing, like with the
yeah
that's season 1.
That's season 1. Okay. Straight up, no hiding it. They're just like, oh well, you black people are great with your drum buckets and shit, but what if we make but what if
you were quiet about it?
Yeah, what if we make New York like a giant Apple store basically? And it's terrifying because you look at cities throughout the US, kind of a thing, and the way that the community comes against that, you're like, wow, this is heavy. And all these episodes are like 24 minutes, 20.
Just about. Yeah, the pilot is a little bit longer to introduce.
I think the first episode is the only long one. It's like 2 in 1.
Yeah, but it's like every episode is like lean. There's a lot of content in there. There's a shocking amount to reflect on after each episode. Like I'd always take a couple minutes, kind of go like, damn, that was, there's an episode about dating in here. And I just went, wow, like what a concept. Like, hey, you're 12. You don't need to rush into having a partner or anything like that. You can just be a kid. Like, and just these things that I think kids aren't told nearly enough. She has a slumber party episode, which is one of my favorite episodes. Because I still remember like going over to someone's house for the first time, and they're like, oh, this isn't my bed, this isn't my toy. Like it's weird. You're like, what the fuck? And the actual anxiety that comes along with that, and her thinking that she's too weird for people. Like it deals with so much stuff that I think that kids do deal with, and it does it in a very informed way.
Really great series. So Jack Kirby did Moon Boy, so that was the first incarnation there, and then they readapted the character and did a Moon Girl that introduced there. So yeah, this series I think it first debuted let me see,
last year. I think it was around this time last year.
Yeah, it debuted Black History Month, February 10th, of last year though. So that was a good way to start things. And like I say, each episode, this will be a great, something for kids. I think it's something different than what you kind of usually see. And I saw something on Twitter there of like, what's a good superhero stuff for kids? Because it seems like it now is mostly gearing towards adults with the, stuff like that, the violence and maybe the action stuff. Like Invincible, you couldn't show kids. The Boys Diabolical, you
Harley Quinn. Go on.
Harley Quinn, you couldn't show kids.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Maybe this and My Adventures with Superman would be, really good to.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, that would work for
That's
kids.
a good combo.
Would really
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans Go. That's still around. That's
on
like
Teen Titans Go.
8th season or something like that.
Yeah, that's still going strong.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's like there's good lessons here. Like there's one episode about hair in this episode that works really well.
Love that episode.
That was really good. Hair Day Gone Tomorrow. That was really good. The villains are really kind of fun. The Beyonder, like I say, really great voice performance from Morris.
Oh my god, the Beyonder is an asshole. Like let's just get that out of the way. So it's like the Beyonder is such a dick. He's basically the Great Gazoo, basically, or
oh my gosh, that's basically you're right.
Yeah, or for you Trekkies, he's Q. Like that's like he shows up just to be like, oh, humanity's interesting. Let me just fucking prod this 13-year-old like and ruin her day. And there are multiple points where she's just like, can you leave me she doesn't say the fuck, but it's like, can you leave me alone? Like I'm just trying to live. And the Beyonder even talks about the fact that, you know, he gets genuine joy out of just bothering her. And, and there's an episode with involving wishing in season 2, which
I
I
was gonna
love.
say, I like how they develop the Beyonder, because like season 1, he is the asshole. He is to bother Lunella. He is to like kind of push things forward, to kind of pull strings and all that kind of stuff. But season 2, like you get like a very different side of him, and I think that comes from like the season 2 opener, where we basically have planes, trains, and automobiles, but multiverse with Lunella and the Beyonder, and it's a very interesting. Like once again, Lawrence Fishburne does fantastic voice acting as the Beyonder. But yeah, I just love kind of seeing this all powerful being kind of having to be stuck with a 13-year-old girl. But like, it's what comes after that, where he's like, wait, I kind of want to be friends. I kind of want to be cool. I don't want to be an asshole anymore. But he's still kind of being an asshole unknowingly, because Lunella just finds him annoying.
Well, but it's also a really good message for kids, because there'll always be a new thing that, you know, you could potentially buy or what have you. Like, you know, we live in it, and it's just like, for a kid, that shit is exhausting, because you feel like you need to have that thing to fit in. And the show does a great job of this going. Like, it's very ironic this is coming out from Disney. Like that Disney other ones are saying you don't need to buy everything. Like, you know, as they put.
Meanwhile, I'm like, where can I order a Devil Dinosaur plushie right now?
Right. I mean, you know,
hell yeah.
but it's very ironic that Disney's putting this shit out. But it's true though. Like, at some point, you kind of just, you know, you can't keep up on every trend, and it's actually very good for kids to get that message, because you know,
that was the episode with Chris Brown in it.
That was Chris Brown?
No, I was saying that was just basically that's what
okay. I was gonna say,
I was like, hold on a minute.
I was like, oh, so they'll fire Jonathan Majors, but they'll hire Chris Brown.
Yeah, because it was like the artist had the new shoes, and she was kind of following it. I think the artist
basically Pretty Boy Flizzy from
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby B, I think was his name. I think
something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. But that boss fight was awesome too, because like a very good lesson, everyone. If you do get wishes, make sure you're very precise on your language, because
a lot of monkey paws.
Because Lunella's blackness almost got her killed, because she was like, I want him to have the baddest piano ever. And he's like, well, you said you wanted the baddest piano. She's like, no, I meant like dope, damn it. like you asshole. It's like, if you'd said you just want him to have a great piano, then you could have gotten saved. But it's one of those shows that, between that, they have oh my gosh, I'm completely Casey. Casey's got 2 dads, and their wedding is really cute when they go ahead and show that. But Casey talks about, you know, like her heritage, talks about having you know, having her 2 dads. The show has multiple black women as scientists, and like badass fucking scientists. It deals with
her grandma.
Yeah, her grandma. Like, that was, so I will be real.
I guess that's a spoiler. Sorry.
I mean, kind of. Like, are we in spoiler territory yet? Or are we still just talking general? Because I don't want to. Go through.
What do you want to spoil? We can spoil like what happened in season 1 there, or
So like the last 2 episodes, I will say, if there wasn't a season 2, I would have been fucking furious.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because where this season 1 ends up, especially if you're a kid, you'd be like, "Where's season 2?" Oh,
that was me last year, dude. I was like,
the mouse.
I'll just sit here and wait, I guess.
Yeah, because that season 1 ending is kind of a kick in the jewels. It's like, oh wow, you're gonna end the season like this, but it's really good, because it really does show, like, okay, kids, like, there are consequences to shit, and it's a really big consequence. And I give Fishburne and company a lot of credit for taking a very big risk as far as that's concerned. Just real quick to shout them out, the people who are like the creators, are Jeffrey M. Howard, Kate Condell, and then Steve Loader. Howard worked on Phineas and Herb, the Phineas and Herb movie. Kate Condell did as well. And then Steve Loader actually worked on Kim Possible, which is
Oh hell yeah!
which is a great animated show for those who haven't seen it. Worked on the Penguins of Madagascar too. That TV series, that's great. See, I knew I liked them. And goddamn, he did Buzz Lightyear Star Command too. Goddamn, okay, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
these
okay,
dudes are busy. They've been in the Disney like train for a minute.
I will say too, if you're not a fan of Lightyear, Buzz Lightyear Star Command is some great shit. If for those of y'all who have not seen it, but yeah, everything in the show just works. We haven't talked about it yet, but Raphael Sadiq, shout out to him with the music. Holy shit, the music! I have both. I have the full series soundtrack on my phone. Like I've been listening to that a lot. That soundtrack kicks ass. That soundtrack's wonderful. Season 3 is written. I did see. I think it was Steve Loader talked about that
too.
So, look,
everybody start watching Moon Girl right.
Yeah, like y'all need to watch this because if we don't get a season 3, the finale too of season 2, wonderful. Not to spoil anything, but wonderful, and a more mature season 2. It's definitely a darker season. Like there's a lot of stuff that happens that you kind of go like, wow, okay. Like,
I mean, the way the season 2 opens, dude, is pretty dark,
intense. But it keeps so many threads going. Like there's this thread about Devil not feeling like enough like a part of the family, part of the team, because he's so big and so he can't experience everything. So there's a point where he ends up going ahead and having like his own bad day with those other other sidekicks that I mentioned. And that episode, there's barely any dialogue in that episode, and they still are able to just make you go like, oh, this is how Devil's feeling, and it's great. And just the show just I know I keep saying it, the show just kept surprising me. There's an episode with involving like an Ocean's 11 type heist, which I was like, oh, I'm getting a heist episode here. I wasn't expecting that. That's great. And you find out Devil's a big art connoisseur, which I went, that's wonderful.
There's like even like little hints throughout the season. Like I don't know if it's season 1, but it shows him like painting.
Yeah.
And like the shoe episode, like he paints the shoes for her.
Yeah, I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute, they've been building to this. Like the show just does so much stuff in the background that when they bring it up to the forefront, you're like, oh yeah, you have been building to that. And it kind of keeps doing that over and over and over again. There's a use of Childish Gambino sweatpants. Like I straight up, like that's the affiliation I have now. Is with Moon Girl now with that song. But I don't think there's a what's the one episode? There's one episode, I think it's season 1 with the Rat King, where she has her pet hamster, or the class pet thing. And that fight scene that's probably a top 3 one for me. Like I love that fight scene. But the show's just great. Like at the end of the day, it just doesn't do anything wrong, and it's kind of great at everything it tries to do. The voice acting is great across the board. I want to shout out Diamond White, who voices Lunella, and then
and sings a lot on this show.
Yeah. The theme song's a banger too. I was like, oh my
god, never skipping that theme song.
So it's that, Peacemaker,
The
Office, and then like Justice League Unlimited, I think are the only intros I just never skip. Like I'm just like, nope. And The Simpsons, there you go. But this is just the theme song is excellent. The animation, there's so many different types. The use of colors is incredible in this show. And where season 2 ends up, I went, okay, give me season 3. So please watch this show, for the love of God. It's
Yeah.
I love that episode too, where she gets a new suit.
Mm.
It also does something that that just kind of makes me roll my eyes at Batman, who I have a complicated relationship with. There's an episode involving this villain, and she actually talks about the fact that, yeah, we kind of take these villains and don't let them actually try to be
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
um, you know, better members of society. And the way that she actually tells fucking Maria Hill that shit and goes like, look, this happened. Like, we need to. It's like, wow, this kid's 13 and she gets this shit. And it's, and that's the biggest compliment I give the show. Is I kept going like, man, this show just understands how to touch on these social issues. There's a whole issue about the roller rink, and as far as like a long held feud and how we kind of hold that within our communities. And I went, wow, it's addressing this like with 2 episodes left. It's just the show just kept finding ways to surprise me, and I don't know if there's a show that I would tell anyone to watch more in this moment than this show.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, great voice cast here that you have. Mentioned so she usually pals around with Sydney, who's voiced by Leah Baryar is her name.
Mhm.
And Lib Baryar, who they use a lot of kind of the background of the actual people, then they kind of bring it to the show. So she is her parents are both Mexican born Jews there. And she is Jewish in the show.
Oh, Brandon, she voiced Violet on DuckTales Revival.
Oh my god, yes. Oh my, thank you for telling me that.
So she's the PR person for Moon Girl there. So she does a lot of run the social media stuff for her there, which always runs into some good comedy bits. They work really well together.
Mhm.
They're back and forth. Again, good lessons in every episode there. There's an episode about
Mhm.
bullies, trolls. That's a really good one
Oh,
there
that's a
early on.
great episode.
That's
I
a
think that
really good
that
one.
one has maybe one of my favorite songs of the entire series
Yeah.
there. I thought that one was really good. Like I said, coming up with all these different songs for each episode and different musicals because that's kind of how these all episodes end, kind of boss battle and then kind of done in a very
Yeah.
musical style, which is really really fun and really good how they do that. Um, which is really nice. Man, this show's very impressive, with all they
Mhm.
do there, with all the kind of stuff. I wonder how long it takes, because if you're doing this every year, you're gonna put out a new season of the show. I wonder how much are they working, for
Mhm.
this, what they doing, and, I mean, because you can just see it on the screen, and, I mean, some really great episodes, and here, this is the trailer for season 2. You mentioned the episode where she kinda gets her new suit, and then she learns about the history of her grandmother, and how that kind of ties in, and then she meets other women of science, and that I think that's a
Mhm.
really great
Yes.
episode there, which
Such a
really
great
works.
episode.
And I forgot this villain because that's the villain she uses to reform.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot that villain's name. But they do a thing where yeah, she kind of reforms the villain there and does that, and that's the episode with kind of the teacher comes in, which also was a really great episode there.
Mhm.
Uh,
That episode about mentorship, like holy shit,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that episode, and yeah, that might be my favorite episode of the season because when she just breaks down, it's like holy shit, this poor kid
Mhm.
just can't, just can't catch a break,
Mhm.
and the fact she sets that boundary with an adult and goes like, look, it's a powerful moment, and then the adult having to realize in real time that, oh shit, I've been passing on my bullshit onto you. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like it's a lot. And the show constantly um finds the Kid Cree episode deals with that. Deals with
Mhm, mhm.
with a parent pushing their kid too far. You just go
Yeah.
like, wow, like it's a joy. That's what I kept telling my friend. I'm like, it's just a joy to watch this show. And to realize that out of all the episodes I've watched, there wasn't one I didn't enjoy. Like there are ones I like more than others, but I was engaged and entertained all the way through, which is something I can rarely say, you know.
Mhm.
yeah. And that episode with the Wakandan teacher, that was Make It or Break It. That was the 8th episode.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah, there you go.
of the season. And then the episode with the criminal there, Ride or Die, was that
Yeah.
Quick Whip was her name. Quick
That's good. Of course.
Yeah. And there's some funny bits that they do with this. Like, I'm not quick, I'm whip quick. Totally different. I thought that was really good.
There
Uh,
there's a a Westminster Dog Show episode that is so
Oh
goddamn
yes,
funny,
yes.
where they're basically doing a dog pun a minute. Like they actually have a counter the whole episode of dog puns. I was like, wow, they are keeping this going. And um that that has a very good twist. There are some episodes where like you think Lunella is gonna be right about this thing, and then they kind of throw a curve, and you're like, oh, okay, she wasn't right about that, and then they explain why she wasn't and what the bigger threat is. This was one of those episodes where I definitely was like, wait, this thing is gonna be like the foil, right? And then it's like, no, actually it's this. It's like, oh, okay. And the show just does a very good job of like messing with your expectations in that way.
Yeah. And hello, Cat Winnie. Thanks for showing up. Thank you very much. Much appreciated there. Yeah, Cat Winnie, I think you would really like Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur if you haven't seen it already. It's on Disney Plus right now. Yeah, I think the show works on every level that it tends to try its hand at. The lessons of it. It's not done in a corny way, I don't think. I don't think it's done in a bad way. Like I said, very much like very early Proud Family type of stuff that really works really
Yeah.
well at delivering the messaging
Yeah.
pretty well there. And of course, I compared to Spider-Verse with the great animation there of how it has the sketchbook type style, which is really great. Yeah, I think you can really feel the influence of the writers' room and the creators on this show that are, really have a great positive influence on it. Love the voice acting around the board. We forget to mention her mom, Shahir Zameda, who was also on
Oh
SNL.
yes.
That's right.
before-
Yeah.
She's great. She's great.
yeah, before she got replaced by the other black woman that is now. There can only be one black woman at the time.
Only at a
Yeah.
time. One at a time.
Yeah. Not
SNL
I
there.
think it'd be New Girl. Can't have two black people.
No,
Yeah.
no. Nope.
And-
Nope. Keenan
How's it
doesn't
going there?
count. He stays forever.
Yeah. Right.
It's on there rated M for maturity, man. Thank you for showing up there. Much appreciated. Final round here. Brandon, final thoughts rating on Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur.
Yeah, I am in love with the show. This is the kind of show that I wish I had growing up because I would probably be a bigger nerd than I already am. But yeah, man, this show just does everything right. Like I agree with everything that you two have been saying, especially Josh when you said like a mix of Proud Family and Spider-Verse. I'd even like go so far to throw in like some Static Shock in here, like with like
yeah.
like those episodes of Static Shock where they really dealt with like stuff when he wasn't even static, like shit gets real with the community or just like social events or social like shit going on in his community. And I think like Moon Girl from the jump, like first episode, first minute, like it sets the tone of what it's going to be like with that opening song, her like roller skating through her neighborhood. And yeah, I absolutely love this show. I'm so glad it exists. All the people working on it are amazing, and I just hope we keep getting more of this and more stuff like this. Like, I know Marvel animation is just like really starting to start up. Like, we have What If, X-Men 97, we talked about earlier, coming next month. But like, I hope we get more animation that's not looking the same. You know what I mean? Like, just fully taking advantage of the medium. And that's exactly what this show does. My only complaint is Raphael Sadiq. I need those interludes. I need the music that is not like the actual songs to listen to.
Yeah.
Because
the breaks are nice.
It's very if you've seen Samurai Champloo, like when it has like those commercial breaks, like you get like a little instrumental. Excuse me. But yeah, you get like those little instrumental breaks, like looking at like the title of like, or like with Moon Girl, looks kind of like a tape deck or like just like something like that.
Raphael Sadiq right here.
Yes, yeah. Legend in the music industry, fantastic music making man. So cool that he's on this show. But yeah, that's my only complaint. And it's so small and nitpicky and has nothing to do with the actual show. But yes, if you're not watching the show, please do. Animation's in a tough spot. Like stuff like this and Clone High recently got all their episodes put on like at once. When last year it was like weekly. They were doing weekly. So like these studios or like companies are really just trying to gauge audience like interest by binging, by like how you like watch how many episodes when it's all there. So like I feel like that's stupid, but
It is. Oh, it is.
that's way besides the point. Fuck you, David Zaslav. This show is cinema. The show is everything I would want in like a young black superhero show. And like we mentioned, it is unapologetically black, unapologetically New York as well. Like you get every kind of culture and person in this show. So yeah, if you're not watching this show, please do.
Yeah. She's in New Jersey. I don't know. Maybe they'll do. I don't know. Maybe Kamala Khan will come through.
Right? Where's
That-
Miles at? Is Brooklyn
Yeah, I
far
mean-
away?
Yeah, it's not far away. Like, come on, do it.
Like I feel
Do
like
it.
those two characters would fit in this show for sure.
They definitely would.
Hunter, what about you?
Yeah, Brandon's 100% on the money. Like, if I had a show like this as a kid, I would be somehow nerdier than I am now. This is a great companion piece with Craig of the Creek. Like, if you have
hell yes, dude.
Creek, please watch Craig of the Creek. That's an amazing show, and you would be very happy watching that. This show just gets it. Just from the music to the animation to the relationships to the black landmarks to the shout outs to black artists and black scientists that they have in here. There's multiple Easter eggs talking about like black science history that you're like, oh shit, okay. And stuff I went, oh wow, they referenced this person. It's like that's cool. Okay. There's a lot of that. Like and the show will stop sometimes and go like shout out to this person, something that you can always go back and revisit. But the show's like definitely teaching you too. Please, like this needs to get a season 3. Like Bob Iger, god damn it, dude. Like you just yeah. Like I know you spent a bunch of money on fucking that Wish movie that made no money. Like you can give this a fucking season 3, asshole.
Yeah.
While you underpay your employees. But this was just I was so happy to watch this, and I didn't watch season 1 last year intentionally because I was like, I will probably love the show and then be sad that I can't watch more. And so I've watched these 2 seasons in like the last month, and I'm pretty bummed that I don't have to watch for a couple weeks. So it's like, all right, cool. But at the end of the day, if you're a girl, especially, I'd highly recommend watching this because I think you'll feel seen, you'll be happy. Like it's so hard to it's fucking impossible to not cheer for her and want to see her Vanilla do better. And there's a lot of female like science love that's shown here, like across the spectrum. That is so it's really cool. It's really well done. This is peak for me in every way, shape, or form. Shout out to Lawrence Fishburne for using his name to go ahead and help get this on people's screens. But I adore this. This is right up there with my favorite. I like this as much as I like both seasons of Loki, just to put in perspective. I love these first few. Like I was talking to my friend, he was like, all right, dude, like favorite seasons of TV, like off the top, like Breaking Bad season 2, Pushing Daisies season 1, Firefly, Justified season 2, Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur season 2. It's up there with my favorite seasons of television ever, and this needs a 3rd season. So
Yes, it does.
yeah, come on Disney, 3rd season of this. But yeah, this is peak.
Yeah, great song, great music. Really great voice here. Really just cute show overall. That's really fun to watch. Great lessons that are in here that work really well. If I had kids, if I had a daughter especially, I would want them to definitely sit down and watch this. I don't think it matters if you have to be into superhero stuff to watch this. I think generally you just can kind of get into it. I think this is something that, it's something tolerable for adults to sit down and watch also with their kids.
Shockingly so, yeah.
Something like if you were to sit down and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender or something like that, if it's a good show for also you can sit down with your kid and enjoy it too. It's fun. It moves at a great pace. Always, fun stuff at the end of, like I said, big musical boss battles at the end that are
Yeah.
really great there. Catchy songs that are getting stuck in your head that you can
Oh
play
my
maybe in the car
Yeah.
later on that you can kind of go do that. So yeah, that's really great work too. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I watched this. Glad I watched it.
Mhm.
Oh
Very
yeah,
much
man.
think it's really great. In terms of like Disney animation, I know some people are kind of lukewarm on things like What If or things like what else is kind of up there now with kind of a lot of the superhero animated stuff that Disney
Yeah.
Marvel does.
Yeah.
I think it is way better than something like that in terms of the
Mhm.
creativity, the amount of art that is put into this. Rating for Maturity said, "I hope this is successful and promotes more 2D animation for Marvel, and
Yeah.
a lot of the 3D stuff is kind of eh."
I
Yeah,
totally agree. Totally agree.
Man, like I'm a big like hand drawn 2D
Mhm.
style animation like advocate because like I know it takes longer, but I think one of the last best things that Disney's animated was that last Winnie the Pooh movie they did.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah. It was like
I
that and Princess and the Frog. Those like the last
Yeah,
2
like
ones.
those were fucking gorgeous. It's like
Mhm.
not everything needs to be 3D. Like change it up, take some chances, you know.
yeah. So for me, I mean, I don't really have any real issues with it. I think the show works
Mhm.
on really a lot of levels there. So yeah, I would kind of give it a this is cinema. I think I love it
Mhm.
that much. I think it is really just that great. Yeah, something I think a lot of people should watch and should check out there.
Mhm.
And right from Twitter, we did both seasons. Yes, we did both seasons,
Yeah.
season one, season two,
Yeah,
which is on Disney Plus right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I would say, and then it's on its eighth episode, so they usually drop 2 episodes every week. They drop two.
well,
Um,
they're done with season 2 now, right? Like that.
no, it
Well,
still
no,
has
no. Yeah.
a lot more episodes. It has 24 episodes in total, and they're only on episode
Mhm.
8.
Oh wait, does
Yeah.
it really?
No, yeah,
Yeah,
it's still a
yeah.
lot more to go.
I remember reading something that's one of the creators said like they're gonna be like another batch of episodes
Oh,
hopefully.
thank God.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
whew,
this is
okay.
like season 2A right now.
Oh my God, that makes me feel so much better. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. Okay.
The next 2 episodes are dropping March 2nd, so that's when they drop. So I think they
Fuck.
Yeah.
dropped
Okay.
2.
Well, oh,
Yeah.
Brandon, you tricked me. Now I'm gonna be watching these weekly. You fucker.
You're welcome.
Ah! Okay. I didn't know that. I thought where they ended on the last episode of season 2 was
Mhm.
it. Oh, well, oh
No,
God.
no, no.
Yeah.
Woo, okay.
Ray from Trudy says, "I hope it gets a physical release, and is it
Oh my
art?" I mean,
God,
I hope it does
yes.
get a physical release too. I would love to
Yeah.
see
I
a
can just
art.
imagine like an art book for this show, and I need that like immediately.
I looked on Amazon. They do not have one yet, but yeah, I'm starting to collect more art books. I actually have my Spider Verse and my Mitchell's vs. Machines one down here, and
Nice.
so quick thing, yeah, y'all get physical media if you can.
Mhm.
If they put out a physical release of this, I will be buying it
Okay.
because
ASAP. I'm buying this for other people if this comes out on physical media.
Yeah. If you got nieces, maybe nieces, nephews,
Yeah.
something to get.
if I was
Nieces, nephews, grandparents, everybody gets one.
I've already told my friends with kids that they need to be watching this, and everyone who's actually taken to this so far has already been like, dude, great recommendations. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
like,
Mm.
yeah, watch this and watch Bluey. Those are
Mhm.
great.
Yeah. What do you think? So age wise, what do you think? Kind of 11 and below, or 10 and below?
What is it? 7, 7, 8?
Yeah, that's the age.
Yeah.
They say it's for 7 and up. Is I think.
Okay, yeah, I think
Great.
Oh,
7.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
7's good because that is one thing I will say. There are some great horror elements in here. Like
Dude.
if your kid is kind of intrigued by the horror stuff, that might be your gateway into being like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, like when you're 11, I'll show you. I don't know what you
The
show. Like,
Thing?
yeah, I mean, if you show an 11-year-old the Thing and they're fine, I think you're kind of off the
That's a
rails.
cool kid right there.
Right? Dude, I saw Songs of the Lambs when I was 5, and I remember I was kind of like,
Oh,
like,
nice.
you're right, yeah. But yeah, like this is there's a shocking amount of horror. Like that first episode's kind of a horror episode in season 2. It's like, oh,
I was gonna
like,
say, like, am I gonna witness a 13-year-old dying in front of my face?
yeah, right. Like it's kind of crazy, but it
Mhm.
Man, okay. That you're making me feel better about knowing that there's more still to come. I was scared about that.
Raven Mature is the same age range as a medium-sized Lego set.
That's a good comparison.
That actually is a really good comparison. Actually, wow. Well done.
Yeah, get your kid also a good way to make science
Mhm.
fun. You know what I mean? Math fun.
Exactly. Get into
Yeah.
music as well. Like if very easy to like listen to that soundtrack with your kids.
The soundtrack alone warrants this show's existence before you even get to like any of the actual content. But the music is just like there's hip hop in here, there's jazz, there's funk, there's
country a little bit too.
Yeah, there is some country. Like it's a great like melting pot of so many different styles. But
like I have that. I was gonna say I just have that the 70s and like original like version like of the Moon Girl theme like on repeat lately.
Oh, nice. There you go.
It's so good.
There's a skating episode in season 2 about Pops and one of his former friends, and that boss battle was so fucking cool. I'm like, this is amazing. That song that they play was just perfection. Oh my god, I'm so excited we're getting more in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So this is cinemas all around for Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur. Very awesome there. Ray from Tree said, I feel like this would make a great Lego set. Yeah, I think so. I think you'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, I'd pay a friend to build this for me. I'm terrible.
I'd buy that in a second.
Yeah,
the action figure too. She's got the little punch glove. And...
give me a punch glove, like a Hulk hand. Remember those? Like, give me one of those.
Oh yeah. Like, what Disney hates merchandise? What are you talking about?
Whatever. Maybe we need to go back to like the time when Star Wars prequels. You know how much merchandise it was for those. Yeah. I need to see that for Moon Girl. I want merchandise everywhere.
I'll be real, like it's such a weird thing to say that Disney makes too little merchandise. I say as I'm wearing a Black Panther hat.
Black Panther shirt right here.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking around my room. I'm like, oh god, there's some Marvel merch in here, but it's like, it's like you have these characters. Yeah, right. But you have these characters who don't like. Me growing up, there was no Black Panther merch. You can find Black Panther merchandise anywhere. Now you can, but in the 90s,
you weren't getting Luke Cage. You weren't.
Fuck no. You weren't getting that. No. Yeah, you weren't getting Moon Knight merch.
You'd be lucky if you get Storm. Like Storm.
Seriously,
like the only one.
Yeah, Captain Marvel merch, like please, but
no.
But now you can get that stuff. But yeah, a Moon Girl, like I have a Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur like shirt in my cart, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting this. I don't know when I'm getting it, but I'm getting it. I'll probably get it before the next episodes come out. But yeah, like support the show. It's well worth your time. You can watch it with your kids, and you'll enjoy it. You will enjoy yourself watching this.
Those are reviews of the night there. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Katney Whitney. Thank you, Ready for Immaturity. Thank you, Terry Thompson, for the alert there. Much appreciated. Let's see who's on right now that I could go ahead and raid here. Since I guess we were talking about Hell Divers, I see somebody playing Hell Divers right now. I'll go ahead and raid them.
For democracy.
Radiant Futurity, a fellow guy from him, Cal Forer, he's playing Hell Divers. I'll go ahead and raid him. Raven Tree says, you guys think they can make a good video game of the IP?
I could probably see like maybe like a smaller, not like a huge scale game, like maybe indie style, or like even in the vein of like some of the Lego games. Like I don't know why that. I feel like that would fit Moon Girl's aesthetic.
I could see a very fun mobile game too.
There you go. Yeah, there it is.
Of Moon Girl. Yeah, not everything needs to be a giant thing, but.
Yeah, she pops up in the next Marvel Ultimate Alliance or something. Oh yeah.
That actually, that's a good idea. Actually, I like that. I like that a lot. But yeah, this show is just it's a joy to watch. Like I know we've said that a couple times, but between this and oh god, I'm blinking. There's I think it's episode 2 or 3 in season 2 where she goes in and gets her new suit. And that whole episode, I'm like, this is perfect. I'm like, this is everything I wanted out of this episode, and to see these women just like interacting and speaking nerd is just such a cool. Yeah. So yeah, give us more of the show. It's great.
Yeah. And you hope she make it to live action?
I actually don't know if I want to see her in live action, but if she does,
Yeah.
I would cast the young girl who's playing Annabeth on Percy Jackson at the moment.
Oh, that'd be maybe.
Oh, okay.
I forget her name. It's like something Wallace. I don't know.
Who's the? I mean, I don't know how old she is now because I mean, it seems like the season was
Fine.
forever.
Yeah.
It's
but
Leah Jeffries is on Percy Jackson.
There you go.
And she's how old is she? I think she's 14.
Okay, I was gonna say those kids gotta be like 13, 14.
Okay, she's who's she would have been perfect at the time. Again, I don't know how old she is now, but the girl who plays oh my god, I feel.
I think I know who you're talking about.
From Stranger Things.
Yes.
His little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is like 30 now, ain't they?
Yeah, dude. Right? Yeah, it'll be 30 by the time we get to season 5 to keep this shit up.
See, I thought you were gonna say. I mean, I think she's older now too. But the young actress from Blackish, I think Marcy Martin. Right?
Oh, she would be a good choice, actually.
Priya Ferguson, who's Lucas's sister, and she's 17.
Okay.
Oh wow, jeez.
Yeah,
older than I thought she was.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these kids, it's gonna be like Saved by the Bell, the college years. By the time we get to season 5 of Stranger Things, because woo, Netflix, shop.
Come on now, those kids want to be done with the show.
Dude, they are so. Millie Bobby Brown is so over that show.
Checked out.
He could not give less of a fuck. She's like, I want to be Enola Holmes. Please get me out of Indiana.
Raymond True said, I do like the character being so young as part of the appeal. And it does seem like the ideal format.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
Not everything needs to. That's one thing DreamWorks is doing with that How to Train Your Dragon live action. I'm like, you don't need.
Oh,
this.
they are. Yeah,
they are. It's just like I don't need everything live action. Like you can just.
I mean, fucking saw like set photos of that live action Lilo and Stitch recently, and I was like, I don't want to see this.
It doesn't look bad.
It doesn't. But at the same time, I just want to watch the original now.
I don't disagree. But I'm like, if it has to exist, like I'm not getting
at least make it look good.
Yeah, I'm not getting Pinocchio vibes from it, where I'm going to be like, oh god, like make this stop, like me.
Yeah.
Like maybe we'll get an Ezra Miller sighting in Lilo.
Oh no!
Why
beats down Stitch.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree though. Not everything needs to be like the medium does matter in how you present something, and we don't.
If anything, we need more things, live action things, to be animated. Like bring live action characters to animation.
Agreed.
And Rim should say Moana isn't even a
dude. They're doing a live action and a sequel. I don't get it.
Yeah, because money, man. That's why. Like,
yeah,
Is The Rock coming? He's coming back for live action, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know if they said the main actress is she coming back yet.
She's not. No,
she's too old. She's too old.
Yeah, right. She's like in her late 20s or something.
Yeah.
The Rock just needed more stuff to do after Black Adam. Okay, that's
right.
He's doing all this.
He's joined the family. He's the bloodline now.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, him and Roman Reigns. They'll be Moana too.
Don't remind me what's going on over there.
Roman Reigns is gonna spear that mountain and save the
day. She's 23. Oh, they actually. Oh,
okay.
I mean,
she'll have a cameo in the live action thing as one of the villagers or something.
Yeah, she'll be selling pineapples at a shack or some shit.
There you go.
The back, see, we acknowledged her.
It's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. She was Janice recently in the Mean Girls movie.
Yeah, Mean Girls. That's what she was recently in.
I haven't seen that. Is that good or?
Fine. You might as well just watch.
Oh, okay.
Tells me what I need to know. I'll wait for streaming. Okay.
Which I think it'd be coming to Paramount Plus.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. Cool. I'll check you out streaming, Mean Girl.
All right. I'll go and Ray Crawford. He's playing Hill Divers 2. And since we were just talking about that. He's a friend of the Rated Infant Maturity Twitch channel, and that's who I'm going to be doing a stream with tomorrow. Sage, we're going to be doing Doom 1984. We're going to be
Nice.
doing a review for that. Have never seen it before, so I'll be interested to talk about it. Yeah, and Nick, he's going to be doing a stream Friday, maybe, possibly there. I have to talk to him about that, at what time he's going to be doing that. Possibly Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for showing up. One time,
Of
Brandon, let
course.
people know where they can find what you got going on, man.
Yes. If you are on the Twitter spheres, follow me at childish_Brando. I guess I'm a part of Film Twitter. I just retweet a lot. But if you like movie reviews and like just seeing like good recommendations for stuff you might not have watched, check out my letterbox, Brando Not Marlin. Unfortunately, I have not watched enough movies this month, so I'm trying to rectify that this weekend or this week. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome stuff. Hunter, let people know what you got going on.
Yeah.
Plans,
So,
man?
yeah, so I'm gonna be on the Nerd Rejects podcast this week. I'm still figuring that out what day, but I will post about that on my socials. I'm gonna be talking some wrestling and talking some comics. So that's gonna be fun. I think their last episode was with me, so you can go check that out. They're on Spotify. You can hit me up on Blue Sky at Real Pineapple. That's REEL pineapple.bsky.social. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at JHunter Real Pineapple. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Black Shazam. You can find the show. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow with Brandon and with Canada, aka Bradley. We're going to talk about Moon Girl and Double Dinosaur, and talk some news and talk about Watchmen, the anime, the TV series.
Animated series.
There was an animated series, so like who knows? Maybe we'll talk about that too. But gonna talk about that, and then this week I'm gonna be streaming Monday, Saturday, and I think Sunday. But I'll post it on my socials. I'll be talking about Malcolm X and then Undercover Brother. And then I might venture to the theater and see Madam Web. We'll see how tired I'm feeling. But yeah, right now I'm just streaming some reviews, and then starting next month, probably gonna start streaming some games in between all the movie reviews on Twitch. And yeah. So yeah, check me out all those places.
Awesome stuff there. All right, people. We're gonna be heading, like I said, going ready to call further. Thanks for everybody showing up. Katney Whitney, Terry Thompson there for Lurk, Rated Infant Maturity there. Very much so. You can find us on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, all the Afternoon Tune. Just typed in and you'll be able to find us. If you want to give a follow, twitch.tv/Afternoon Tune. Trying to get to 400 followers by the end of February. That'd be awesome if we could do that. We're at 355 right now. YouTube.com, the Afternoon Tune. Trying to get to 2K by the end of this year. That'd be awesome if we could do that.
Hell yeah.
Just everything, the Afternoon Tune there. I'm gonna send you over to him. Apparently this game's pretty fun. People like it. Yeah, it's pretty awesome there. All right, people, stay tuned. Oh, good stuff.